शरण में हमें प्यार दे माँ, हम थे अकेले, हम थे अधूरे, तेरी शरण में हमें प्यार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। मुनियों ने समझी है, दुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी। मुनियों ने समझी है, दुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी। हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, विद्या का हमको अधिकार है माँ। हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, विद्या का हमको अधिकार है माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। श्वेत वर्णी कमल पे विराजे, हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सिर पे साजे। श्वेत वर्णी कमल पे विराजे, हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सिर पे साजे। अज्ञानता के मिटा दे अंधेरे, उजालों का हमको संसार दे माँ। अज्ञानता से मिटा दे अंधेरे, उजालों का हमको संसार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ।
Thank you so much for that wonderful welcome song. Now moving on towards the land theme. The land is a symbol of light, which represents the respecting of darkness and ignorance. As we light the lamp, we seek to illuminate our minds, nurture our spirits, and guide us on a journey towards knowledge and understanding. Let us now proceed with lamp lighting ceremony. I request the dignitaries to have the honor of lighting the lamp, marking the beginning of a journey towards enlightenment. As we light the lamp, let us take a moment to reflect on the significance of this ceremony. May the light of knowledge guide us. May the flame of wisdom illuminate our path. And may we seek to dispel the darkness of ignorance. Thank you all. Please take your seats. Thank you everyone once again. May I now request our principal, Dr. D.S. Ravi sir, to lay the welcome mat through the preparatory speech.
Good morning, all the members. Our beloved Chairman of BSTS Mandal, the founder member, VG Shivdare sir, current Chairman, Sri Shivdare sir, then today's Chief Guest, Dr. Prakash Mahanavar sir, Vice Chancellor, Punyashlok Ahilya Devi Holkar Solapur University Solapur, Dr. M.S. Shejul, Registrar from Symbiosis International University, then Dr. Raghavendra from ICAR New Delhi, our trustee member, B.V. Shejul sir, the dignitaries in front of me, Manindra Gambhir sir, Jagtap sir, R.Y. Patil sir, Dr. More sir, Gode sir, and ex-principal Kamble sir, my staff members, all the staff members. So today, it is a great moment. We are inaugurating a second international conference. So first international conference was held during the session 22-23, and now this is second 24-25. A brief introductory of our institutions. In 1976, this BSTS Mandal was established. Then first polytechnic, that is diploma in pharmacy, has been started. Next, degree pharmacy college, then B Pharm, M Pharm, and 2005, this our Institute of VG Shivdare College of Arts and Science has been established. Here, in 2005, we have started a special course of BSc in Biotechnology. We were the pioneer to start this course in 2005. And our college is totally non-branded college. Till then, we have faced 2 times NAC activities. In 2012, we got the first accreditation B grade, and it was the first college in non-grant basis who have got the national accreditation. And 2 years back, I am proud to say that our staff member has made so efforts, and we got A grade in that accreditation. So our college is the first college in non-grant basis to receive this A grade. And here also, I am very glad to announce that we are proud to start a new course, and we are founders to start this new course in Become Information Technology. So inauguration will be very shortly. In this, during the development, We have arranged so many guest lectures from the eminent personalities. We are having one guest lecture from the various field for the student of arts, commerce, and science. So we are having the BSc Biotechnology, MSc Biotechnology, and PhD in Biotechnology. Now regarding this conference, sir, I am glad to say you that the conference will be carried out in 10 sessions. Out of that, we have got 8 speakers. Out of them, the 4 they are giving the online lectures. 2 from Malaysia, 1 from Australia, and 1. And while the 5 keynote speakers they are here offline. And for this conference, up till now, the registration from the various persons. There are the students, research fellows, staff members, scientists from various areas. They are registered for this conference. So about 300 number is there for presenting in this conference. Similarly, we have received the registration from US, Dubai, Turkey, Bangladesh, South Korea, Malaysia. From this, the researchers has contributing in this area, so they are attending the conference by means of online mode. We have given both the facilities, online presentation as well as offline presentations. So due to that, the number has been exceeded. So we are approaching a new area for the scientific community. Here, the research persons, they are very strong. They are putting their ideas, their researchers in this conference. Sir, I want to tell you one more thing. We have made the MOU with Putra University, Malaysia. And 2 years back, the 10 students and the 2 staff members from our college, they have visited the Malaysia under this MOU area, and they have done a research work in the Putra University there. And last year also, the 2 staff members, they have done the research work in their area. And shortly, the staffs from the students from that Malaysia, they may come to our college and they are doing some research activities. So this is how we are approaching towards the excellence by means of doing some scientific work. And here I want to tell you once again, we are having one research guide under whom the 3 students have been allotted in research in biotechnologies. So Dr. Vasange is the guide for that. So we are developing our research area. So I congratulate him to him also. So with this little brief, I can take the rest. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving the detailed insights of our proud institution. The conference and the curricula is so successful. Now let us move towards felicitation of chief guest. The fruit of your labor is sweet. The root of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation. May I now request our trustee member, B.D. Shejul sir, to felicitate our chief guest, Professor Dr. Prakash Mahanagar, Vice Chancellor, PAH Solapur. Thank you, sir. I once again request our trustee member, B.D. Shejul sir, to felicitate our second guest, Dr. M.S. Shejul, Registrar Symbiosis International University, Mumbai. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. We will have the felicitation of our second guest, Dr. M.S. Shejul, sir, Registrar Symbiosis International University, Pune. Thank you, sir. To know more about our invited guest, I would like to invite my colleague, Professor Priyanka Guttergi, to present the introduction of guests. We will have one more felicitation of Raghavendra, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now we will have the introduction of the chief guest by our colleague Priyanka Guttergi, ma'am.
Good morning, distinguished guests, fellow innovators, and honored attendees. It is an absolute privilege to stand before you today and introduce you a visionary in the field of polymer science, a stalwart of innovation and beacon of excellence in research and academia, Professor Dr. Prakash Malvar. As Albert says, once said, innovation is saying what everybody has seen and thinking what nobody has thought. Our esteemed guest embodies this very spirit of innovation, constantly pushing the boundaries of scientific exploration and technological advancement. He is currently serving as Vice Chancellor of Punyashloka Ahilyadevi Holkar, Solapur University, Solapur. He has left an indelible mark at ICT Mumbai, where he has guided and nurtured some of the brightest minds in polymer science. His contribution speaks volumes. Dr. Malvar has 115 plus international research publications with 6 standard Indian patents. He has supervised 24 PhD scholars, 92 master students, and 2 postdoctoral fellows, and continues to do so. And has consulted for industry leaders including Asian Paints, Panacea, Nerolac, Clariant, and Phenolics. He is not just creating groundbreaking ideas, but ensuring they find practical applications in industry and society. But that's not all. He has been awarded and honored as a Fellow of the Maharashtra Academy of Science, the Color Society, and the Indian Chemical Society. His expertise has earned him appointments on numerous government bodies, in serving as an assessor for the National Assessment and Accreditation Council (UGC) and an expert member for the Department of Science and Industrial Research, New Delhi. He has also contributed as an industrial safety audit expert for the government of Maharashtra. His literary contributions, including authoring influential book chapters that explore advanced topics in polymer composites and nanoscience. His works published in internationally recognized books, serving as guiding resource for researchers and practitioners alike. He is a global thought leader and captivating speaker from Paris to Bangkok, Kathmandu to Mumbai. Dr. Manwar has shared his knowledge as a keynote and plenary speaker, enlightening audiences on polymer nanotechnology, sustainable materials, and advanced coatings. Adding to his many roles, he has served as a referee for international peer-reviewed journals and has been an integral part of research and education policies in polymer science and technology. Beyond his impressive research patents and global recognition, him apart is his passion for discovery, his relentless pursuit of excellence, and his ability to inspire those around him. The best teacher and leaders don't just impart knowledge, last beyond their time. Dr. Manwar is one such leader, and we are incredibly fortunate to have him here with us today. So, without further ado, let's extend a warm and enthusiastic welcome to Professor Dr. Prakash Manavar sir, a scientist, innovator, and a thought leader who continues to shape the future.
Thank you, ma'am. We need a great personality and for making aware of so deep knowledge about our guest. Now to introduce our second guest of honor, may I now invite my colleague, Dr. R.S. Dhanvesh sir, to give his details.
Good morning, one and all. Respected dignitaries of the dais, uh, different delegates from different parts of Solapur and across the India. I am Dr. Rishikesh Dhanve. It's truly an honor and great privilege for me to present before you today the introduction of distinguished scholar, an inspiring educator, and a visionary administrator, Dr. Machindra Sakharam Shejul sir. Dr. Shejul sir is an accomplished academician with an impressive career spanning over 4 decades. Sir is a proud alumni of Savitribai Phule Pune University, having a graduate and master's degree in microbiology, and also holds a PhD in microbiology with specialization in environmental science. Sir has made a remarkable contribution in the fields of biotechnology, industrial microbiology, genetics, which have not only advanced the research but also inspired countless students, including myself. Currently, Sir is servicing as Registrar of Symbiosis International, Dean University. Dr. Shejul Sir has played a key contributions by Sir include various important positions held, like Principal of Shardabai Pawar Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Baramati, Director, Personality Development Center, Agriculture Development Trust, Baramati. It is also very important to mention that the growth and shine of PH Solapur University that we see today was somewhere led by the pioneering contributions by academic experts like Sir in the initial years of Solapur University, which include various important positions held by Sir in Solapur University like Registrar, Controller of Examinations, Acting Finance and Accounts Officer, Secretary, Science Center at Solapur University, Solapur campus. Sir has also effectively represented several university bodies like BOS, Academic Council, Senate, Management Council, etc. During his tenure at Solapur, Sir has also served comprehensively as Head Department of Microbiology, DB of Darling College, Solapur, Bursar, DAV Institutions, Solapur, Warden, Boys Hostel, Darling College, Solapur. महत्वाचं अजून सांगायचं राहिलं संपूर्ण सांगणार sorry. With almost 30 years of teaching experience and strong research background, Sir has guided numerous students in introduced career-oriented programs and contributed to academic excellence. On a personal note, as one of his students, I have had a privilege of learning under his mentorship. His passions for teaching and commitment for scientific temperament have been truly inspiring. I also remember the fact that to make the students realize the importance of learning, curiosity, and punctuality, Sir always used to tell us the बशीदार शुक्ल that is उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई रह कहाँ सोवत है जो सोवत है वो खोवत है जो जागत है वो पावत
Thank you, sir. Once again, we have great versatile guests with us today. Sincerely grateful to have you with us. So, inauguration of our BCom IT. The role of a good leader is not to give greatness to human beings, but to help them extract the greatness they already have inside them. Inauguration of the sovereign. We are thrilled to receive the ISBN for our book, which is a testament to hard work and dedication of our team. established in the year 2000. May I now invite our chief guest, Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Prakash Mahanubal sir, to give away his speech.
Good morning, नमस्कार. सर्वप्रथम पुण्यश्लोक कायदेवकर यांच्या प्रतीस विनम्र आवेदन करून आपल्या सर्वांचा या सिद्धरामेश्वराच्या पावन भूमीमध्ये पुण्यश्लोक कायदेवकर सोलापूर विद्यापीठ आणि शिवदारे कॉलेज ऑफ आर्ट कॉमर्स सायन्स यांच्या वतीनं सहर्ष झालं. आज आपण इथे एका रियालिटी शो साठी जातो. रियालिटी शो का, कॉन्फरन्स का, याचं उत्तर म्हणजे रियालिटी शोला आमच्या कलागुणाला वाव देऊन प्लॅटफॉर्म देण्याचं काम जे रियालिटी शो करतात तशाच प्रकारचं काम आमच्या अशा प्रकारच्या कॉन्फरन्सेस ऑर्गनाईज केल्यानंतर आमचे जे सायंटिस्ट आहेत, आमचे जे सायंटिस्ट विद्यार्थी आहेत, हो घातलेले सायंटिस्ट आहेत, त्यांना दिलेला हा प्लॅटफॉर्म आणि म्हणून मी याला रियालिटी शो म्हणतो. अगदी सिंपल उदाहरण माझं स्वतःच तसा पाहिलं तर मी सोलापूरच्या जवळ असणाऱ्या रेअर किंवा दूरगामी खेड्यामधला विद्यार्थी असावा तसा विद्यार्थी, अगदी दुष्काळी भागातला विद्यार्थी. मराठी माध्यमातून शिक्षण, मराठी माध्यमातून ग्रॅज्युएशन आणि नंतर इंग्लिश मीडियम मध्ये प्रोफेशनल एज्युकेशनला ज्यावेळी जॉईन झालो त्यावेळी शिक्षकांची बोलता न येणं आणि त्यामुळं मनामध्ये असलेली भीती, त्यामुळं एक्झामिनेशन प्रॅक्टिकल एक्झामिनेशनला व्हायवा असते की व्हायवा सुद्धा कशी अवॉइड करता येईल असा प्रयत्न केलेला विद्यार्थी. परंतु एवढं सगळं झाल्यानंतर सुद्धा तुमच्या समोर व्हाईस चान्सलर म्हणून उभा राहण्याची जी मला संधी माझ्या आईवडिलांच्या आशीर्वादाने मिळाली, त्यामुळे मला असं वाटतं की आपण कुठल्याही गोष्टीचा न्यूनगंड न बाळगता मला हे करता येणार एवढी निश्चय मनामध्ये केला तर कुठलीही गोष्ट फार लांबची नाही. रियालिटी शो याचं कारण असं, मला अगदी सुरुवातीला आमच्या फायनल इयरच्या कोर्स करिक्युलममध्ये सेमिनार हा प्रकार आहे आणि मला वाटतं आता सुद्धा तो सेमिनार हा प्रकार. त्या सेमिनार म्हणजे आमच्या संस्थेमध्ये आमचे सगळे शिक्षक असायचे, एक्झामिनेशन कंट्रोलर असायचे, 2 एक्सटर्नल एक्झामिनर असायचे आणि आमच्या वर्गामध्ये आणि आमचे ज्युनियर हे सगळे आमच्या समोर बसलेले असायचे आणि त्या सगळ्या समोर तुम्हाला तुमचं सेमिनार प्रेझेंट करायचं असतं. आता त्या सेमिनार प्रेझेंटेशन, दिस इज टॉकिंग अबाउट 30 years down the line, I mean 30 years old story. So 4 days before my palpitations were going on. मराठीत बोलायचं की इंग्लिशमध्ये बोलायचं. इंग्लिशमध्ये बोलले की मार्क चांगली मिळतील, मराठीत बोललं तर समोरच्याला किती समजेल माहित नाही, कारण आमच्या विद्यापीठामध्ये ते आमच्या त्या पर्टिक्युलर कोर्सला 70% नॉन महाराष्ट्रीयन विद्यार्थी असायचे. त्यामुळे मराठी बोलून चालणार नाही आणि बरेचसे आमचे शिक्षक सुद्धा नॉन महाराष्ट्रीयन असल्यामुळं त्यांना मराठीचा तेवढा चांगला परिचय. झाल्यानंतर त्यामध्ये बऱ्याचशा गोष्टी करायच्या. आज आपण बायोटेक्नॉलॉजी संदर्भातले कॉन्फरन्स घेतो. रिसर्च इज रियली गोइंग अहेड लाइक एनीथिंग. Every day new things are coming up. I think we are now having ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, and so many things are coming up. But it's wise and wise. Make use of this digital technology in a systematic and required way. It's like a weapon. You have energy which is extremely good for development of anything for the society, for the living being. But equally, it is extremely dangerous if it is going to happen in this digitalization. It may be very conscious mind, and that's why the technology is coming up in a very big way. Tomorrow you may have the robot which can understand your feelings, provide you equal feelings the human being had or living being had. But then if it is misused, just imagine what would happen. Now just come back to biotechnology. Biotechnology is combination of all these subjects. We talk about chemistry, talk about physics, talk about botany, talk about zoology, talk about any engineering discipline. This is a combination of all the technologies, all the sciences in your biotechnology. What is a biotechnology? What is bio and tech? Is simple mimicry of the natural nature's activity. That is what biotechnology is. And nature has really given too many innovative things which we are yet to see indeed. I'll give you examples. Butterfly. Does anybody have painted butterfly? No. But we have really beautiful color, beautiful shades on the same wing of butterfly. What is that technology? What is the nature's technology? It's just variation in particle size, in its arrangement, and the effect of refractive index, which gives you various spectrums of light, refractive and reflective indexes of a particle. Same is the example of rainbow. The same phenomena of refraction, reflection of the incident light, and that gives you various colors by reflecting the various spectrums of the light which is being incident on the particle or object. Another example, your spider net is one of the best composite material, is not yet being developed to that particular extent. See what is the aspect ratio of a fiber which a spider net has, and see what is the impact it absorbs. Even your raindrop, it hits number of times, it doesn't break. We are yet not reached composite property. Another example is your bird. If you mimicking the bird activity, but being morphology, bird feelings, I think years to come, we will have aircrafts which can have which can require minimum possible runway length. I think just a day before yesterday, I just came across about one of the news and as well as this particular post in WhatsApp that our aircraft has taken vertical takeoff. So, of course, I'm fortunate. I can definitely say, I was part and parcel of a group which is supported by Department of Science and Technology, South Africa, to develop unmanned aerospace vehicle for multi-uses or multiple time uses. I think we know the rockets which are being launched for studies for environmental changes, you launch it once and it gets destroyed, you cannot reuse it. But now, my group who is working on this and commercialized, by now they commercialized 3 unmanned aerospace vehicles which manipulate as well as control and can be used multiple times and have the distance travel which can be 2,000 kilometers at one go, and it can come back with the station where from it is now. So there are multiple uses which can be. Who are the people who are working on that? In that project, there are 6 to 7 different verticals scientists are working. We have the group called zoologists. We have electronics engineer. We have mechanical engineering. I was looking after polymer or material scientists, and a combination of chemical engineering. A combination of a group of people coming together. We have developed this unmanned aerospace vehicle. Of course, now I am retired from that because of my medical issues. Because you have to at least attend minimum 6 conferences, 6 meetings, which are organized all across the globe, and which I was not able to attend that. And total more than 700 scientists are working in that group. Now another example, human body is a biotechnology. I will say how it is. The human body has almost all chemical engineering operations. Nobody has developed a filtration unit the way kidney operates. Nobody has developed a pump like a heart, which doesn't require too much of maintenance. Of course, you have to take care of it, but it doesn't stop. Just imagine the day on which your pump stops, everything stops for you. Each and every operations in the body are the chemical engineering operations, chemistry, biology, and combination of all the technology. Now, you have sweating. What is the phenomena? Is a permeation. Now, we have too many myths that after death, to give the moksha, you have to do the panvidis or crematorium, cremation, and so many things which we as a we have been follow the rituals, we do that. But I always say it's better not to waste the precious property of the nature, and we all should be promoters, ambassadors for Dehadar. Why it should be? Now there are too many incidences happens. There are requirements of kidney, requirements of liver, eyes, and most of the organs. And now scientists are developing artificial organs, but the technology is not yet developed that it can reach to a natural organ. And that's why I think if we become the ambassador for Dehadar, which can give you life to many people. Each and every organ can be used. Forget about donation of these organs. But just imagine if my medical student, right from first year, if they observe the bodies and just practically visualize, practically see how the organ looks like. Just by imagining these organs, I don't think so we'll be able to develop or create the develop doctors with maximum expertise. Now we say doctors are expert only when they handle maximum possible cases, and that's why the students prefer municipal hospital. So why municipal hospital? Given there are too many difficulties, too much of a rush. I think I happen to be at KM hospital many times, and just visiting that place always annoyed me. Thousands of people are in the queue. There are various difficulties. Another example is Tata Memorial Hospital, Cancer Hospital. The patients are just sitting on the footpath. They are sitting, they are sleeping on the floors of the corridors of the hospital. Now, if suppose if these kind of cases, if students are not able to see, then they will not be perfect in any of their activities for the operations. And that's why I appeal to all of you that we should be a brand ambassador for this particular movement. I think I'm talking to some of the organizations at the Solapur as well as Mumbai to propagate this particular thought in the minds of the families, and the students are the better ambassadors. They can convince your family very well, and that's why I'm appealing to all young minds to become ambassador for that. Another very important request, very important requirement of the nation and the globe together. We know nobody has manufactured oxygen. Nobody has manufactured commercially water. We first check whether he or she has carried the water bottle or not. Why this so? I think 30 years ago, we never used to bother whether I carry water bottle or not. If I'm traveling my train, whatever station comes, I will just, the person will get down, fill the water on the platform, and then continue. But now even at home, people are talking about RO water, filter water, so and so many things to avoid various diseases. These are going to come that you may have to carry oxygen cylinders with you. Just recollect the days of pandemic, corona. How many days? Because of scarcity of oxygen, too many. Now, if suppose we have natural abundance of oxygen, that problem would not have arrived, that would not have been there. So I think it's a time for save country at least. Forget about planet. Save country. And what is it? We are for that. For both oxygen as well as water, the only solution is planting the tree. I think it is better we should pray and we should decide, yes, at least one plant I will tree and I will take care of that plant at least minimum for 2 years. दोन उन्हाळ्यानंतर तुम्हाला त्या झाडाकडे बघायची गरज पडत नाही. I think 45 degrees. Just in the month of March itself, we are reached to 39 degrees, 39.5. Just imagine what was the situation in the month of May. It may not be really a wonder it reaches 45 degrees centigrade. Just imagine if we reach to 50 degrees centigrade, how many of us can survive? Who can safeguard us? Only trees can safeguard us. And that has to be taken care because of our mistakes. All the bare lands are becoming bare and bare, and I think the temperatures are going up and up. Water table levels are going down and down. Now I think you are having bore wells more than 600 feet, some cases 1,000 feet, and you are not getting the water. So there are various ways which you can start now. And as we say, India is the youngest country in the world. So we have a lot of responsibility. Our young minds have a lot of responsibility that India can lead in all the fronts. Of course, there is no second thought that India is not going to become superpower. India is going to become superpower very shortly. And to enjoy the fruits of the superpower, along with the global warming threats, I think you are the young mind. You have to think and you have to work very hard and obediently. Now, our Honorable Prime Minister always says, Vikasit Bharat 2046. My definition of Vikasit Bharat, make your country full of oxygen, full of water, and the maintenance of our Sanskrit. Indian culture, Indian Sanskriti is one of the best in the world. And very peculiar Sanskriti, what we can see, is joint family. Now, why joint family? I want to have this particular idea in joint family because I have to remove the complete or eradicate the Vruddhasrams. There should not be a single Vruddhasram. Of course, a single person who is sleeping without food. That is my Vikasit Bharat. And to get this, all these things, we all are equally responsible. We all need to work out and work out in combination with your biotechnology. Biotechnology, we say biomaterials, biocompatible materials, the technologies, or a simple example, let's say polymers or plastic. Now people are talking about brand plastic. Product is 100 years ago, that is PVC and polypropylene. And then there are too many advances coming, and variety of polymers come out with as per our needs of property requirement. But along with improvement in property, along with beneficiaries of the polymer, I think we brought disadvantage of polymers, that is, it doesn't get degraded. You have metals, you have glass, you have all the natural products which are being available. They are being used, and moment their use stops, it gets mixed up with the nature again. Your metal gets corroded and again mixed up with the soil. It doesn't poison the soil at all. But if my plastic, if I just throw it after use, simple example of chocolates, very nice chocolates, very beautiful wrapping. What we do, we just throw it on without seeing that nobody is looking at me, just drop it. I don't consider what will be the effect of this, whatever small plastic I have discovered and thrown. That plastic is responsible for the lives, what they say, the trees, microorganisms in the atmosphere, because it doesn't allow formation of water, it doesn't get degraded, it erodes the soil, it poisons the soil, and that's why your biotechnology should be in position to develop a polymer material, alternative material, which can have expiry date. Like metal, whenever you are using, it works very well. It has maximum possible property, and moment your use stops, it degrades. There are not many examples which are there. So, biotechnology use of for human mankind is very, very essential, and along with that, the biotechnology uses for improvement in agricultural production, because our targets improve or maintain the soil condition, I think that will give you a better output, better improvement in GDP. Now, Solapur state. What we say, Karlachi Jamin. All students are from the farmer family. So Karlachi Jamin, त्याच्यानंतर तुम्ही 16% किंवा काही होईल. So what we should educate our farmers, you change the pattern of crops. You educate our farmers. I should not use chemical fertilizers. I should use biofertilizers and production. Now there are various diseases available, and allopathy has developed not many drug molecules. Of course, now there are too many restrictions coming up because of various reasons for clinical studies of these biomolecules or the drug molecules. But even today, our own technology, which we call as Ajisa Batwa. How many of you come across of this word, Ajisa Batwa? What is that? What is that Ajisa Batwa? त्यामध्ये असणारे पैसे, त्यामध्ये असणारा आयुर्वेदिक plants आहेत, त्याचे medicinal uses काय आहे? That is what we call as Ajisa Batwa. Let me tell you very openly, even today, there is no medicine by allopathy. What I say, and of course, Government of India is also promoting this particular activity. So we have to develop a technology, develop the extraction technology, isolation technology to identify see to it that those molecules will have equal efficacy, equal effect. India has a rich tradition, rich culture for this Ayurvedic medicine. We used to have Vaidyas, who used to give, I mean, this is since long. Raja Rajwada, they were Vaidyas. They never used to have the protein or paracetamol or so and so forth. They have only jadiburi. So we are just going away from jadiburi. Simple example of use of haldi for superficial wounds. तुम्हाला खर्चटलं, तुम्ही फक्त काय करा, त्याच्यावरती हळदी लावा, ते सेप्टिक कधीच होणार नाही. त्याच्या पुढे जाऊन अगदी सिंपल गोष्ट, तुम्ही खेळताना घसरला, पडला आणि खर्चटलं, काही नाही, काय करायचं, पटकन चालायचं. काय द्यायचे, तोड वाकडे करून ठेवायचं नाही. इट्स अ बेस्ट अँटीसेप्टिक. ह्या गोष्टी, these kind of things we need to promote, and that is what our culture is, that is what our technologies are. And these technologies are going to take India as a superpower. So all in one, we are rich in biological example, and that will make our biotechnology really rich, and we will have all the time age where biotechnology is concerned, because we have abundance of biological sources, sustainable sources, and that's why I say, along with other superpower, the biotechnology also will be really helpful. One of the instruments for making Bharat superpower in maybe next decade. And you people will definitely enjoy the fruits of the improvement made by biotechnology, improvement made by interdisciplinary research of various streams, various disciplines, and enjoy the way we are going to enjoy the artificial intelligence, machine learning, chat GPT. I think that should not happen that if I ask somebody or if anybody asks you, okay, just can you draft a letter for requesting Janma Dadakla, requesting bank credit bank statement. Now, I mean, it was surprising. I asked one day my son, can you draft a letter for requesting change of address of my residence to the bank? And I just mentioned it. Believe me, in next 5 minutes, he came out with a printout. He said, Papa, this is the I said, how come? I mean, even if I start writing it, it will take another 10 to 15 minutes. What you did? Because by that time I was not really, I was unaware of the chat GPT. I said, Papa, you are in which world? I said, in advanced world. How come it is? How come you don't know this particular technology? Yes, you should use this technology, no doubt, for improvement of our knowledge, improvement of our faith, but you should not be dependent on the technology. If you see the Western culture, European culture, if you give 10 rupees or 10 currency for any particular product, and suppose the product costs 2.7 either say euros or dollars, for returning rest of money, the guy, he has to depend on calculator. No, our paucity is going to be useful, and that's what I think your NAP 2030 says now. Those kind of variation, those kind of requirement, government also has understood, and that's why they come out with a new education policy where all these things are being involved. I think Shivdare College is really on the biotechnological developments or scientific development, and that just indicates they have been organized the international control. Whether it is virtual or physical mode, there is no limits for exchanging the knowledge, whether it's physical or virtual. It's almost equally important, and that's why I think there are too many international speakers who are going to deliver lectures. We have chief guest who is really dedicated to his whatever work he has been allotted. He will not allow any stone to unturned to convert into a positive activity for any of the responsibility given to him. Because I heard about him from a former Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghavendra, 2 days before he was at Solapur University. And likewise, your teachers equally capable, but एक गोष्ट विसरू नका. आई वडील हेच आपले दैवत. कुठेही म्हणण्याला जाऊ नका. आणि जी सगळी टेक्नॉलॉजी तिथे आहे, तुम्ही देवाच्या आशीर्वाद मागायची गरज नाही. 33 कोटी देव तिथंच आहे. तर 33 कोटी देवांचा तुम्हाला आशीर्वाद मिळाला तर तुम्हाला मंदिरात जायची गरज नाही. बरेच म्हणजे जो कपाट माझं गाव पंढरपूर पासून साधारणतः 60 किलोमीटर. गेले मी माझ्या वयाच्या 55व्या वर्षी पंढरपूरच्या विठ्ठलाचं दर्शन मला घेतलं. परंतु विठ्ठल माझ्या काही डोळ्यामध्ये होता असं नाहीये. माझं कर्म हेच माझं विठ्ठल आहे. म्हणजे कर्म हाच माझा देव आहे. माझे आई वडील हेच माझं दैवत आहे, आणि माझं घर, माझं राष्ट्र, माझं देश हेच माझं मंदिर असं पण म्हणून. त्यावेळी मला वाटते जगातली कुठलीही शक्ती देशाच्या प्रगतीसाठी आड येणार नाही, एवढी मात्र मला गॅरंटी आहे. मला वाटतं आपण सगळे त्या दृष्टीने वाटचाल करतोय. आपल्या सगळ्यांना त्याबद्दल शुभेच्छा. आपण यावर्षी 300वी जयंती पुण्यश्लोक आहे होळकरांची साजरी करणार 1 वर्षभर, आणि त्या संदर्भात सुद्धा शिवदारे कॉलेजने पुढे यावं, कारण तुम्हाला फार मोठा एक्सपिरियन्स आहे की लोकांपर्यंत कसं पोहोचता येईल. मला वाटतं त्या दृष्टीने आपण कार्यक्रम करू. I was expecting various colleges to approach the university for funding for such kind of conferences. Of course, PMOSHA has provided us good amount of funding of 100 crores. Out of those 100 crores, I think more than 5 crores are being allotted for the sub-component, where we are expecting organizing faculty development programs, workshops, national seminars, international seminars, some visits, field visit. I think the colleges also need to come forward. I don't know whether all the colleges issued this kind of circular or not, but this kind of conferences, for organizing such kind of conferences, yes, university is also keen to join hands with you, with all the accredited colleges, autonomous colleges, so that the financial difficulties will not be there. So I expect henceforth, if you are going to organize such kind of conferences, just approach to us, we will be there with you for your support. नाही ती तर आमची रेग्युलर प्रॅक्टिस 20 ते 25,000 रुपये देण्याची रेग्युलर प्रॅक्टिस आहे. आता पीएम वर्षामध्ये साधारणतः इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्सला 3 लाख रुपये आहे, नॅशनल कॉन्फरन्सला 2 लाख रुपये आहे आणि तेवढंच थोडं स्वतंत्र फंडिंग याचा म्हणजे 5 कोटी फंडिंग आहे, स्वतंत्र फंडिंग आहे. पण ते फंडिंग आपण सीड मनी म्हणून वापरायला हरकत नाही आणि अशा प्रकारच्या कॉन्फरन्सेस ऑर्गनाइज प्रत्येक कॉलेजने करायला हरकत नाही आणि अशा प्रकारच्या रियालिटी शो आमच्या या यंग माइंडसाठी द्यायला सगळ्या कॉलेजने पुढे यायला पाहिजे. आमच्या शिक्षकांनी जे काही काम केले त्यांचं जो रिसर्च आहे ते त्याला कुठेतरी प्लॅटफॉर्म मिळाला पाहिजे की मी हे केलंय. यामध्ये विचाराची देवाणघेवाण डेफिनेटली होते. काही गोष्टी तुम्हाला नवीन शिकायला मिळतात, तुमच्या काही गोष्टी समर्थनाला मिळतात आणि शक्यता असं आहे तुमचा रिसर्च हा एक ना एक दिवस कमर्शियलाइज होऊ शकेल आणि मानकांसाठी उपयोगी होऊ शकेल. मी केलेला रिसर्च माझ्या मतात घेऊन त्याचा काही उपयोग. आपल्या देशामध्ये खूप अशा पेटंट केले जातात. आताच आमच्या सरकारने सांगितले की मी 6 पेटंट माझे आहेत, त्याचे फक्त एकच पेटंट करायचं आहे. आपल्याकडे जेवढ्या पेटंट्स होतात त्यामधल्या 0.2% पेटंट्स हा बिल कव्हर. याचं म्हणणं नाही पेटंट करू नका, पण पेटंट केल्यानंतर त्याचा कमर्शियल एक्सप्लॉयटेशन कसं करता येईल आणि त्या कमर्शियल एक्सप्लॉयटेशन मधून स्वतःचा फायदा कसा होईल, संस्थेचा फायदा कसा होईल आणि समाजाचा फायदा कसा होईल या गोष्टी सुद्धा आपल्याला रिसर्च करून करायचे आहे. आणि माझ्याकडे असलेलं नॉलेज जोपर्यंत मी दुसऱ्याला देत नाही, दुसऱ्याकडे असलेल्या गोष्टींचा अवलोकन करून माझ्या रिसर्च मध्ये इम्प्रुव्हमेंट जोपर्यंत आणत नाही तोपर्यंत मला वाटते त्या रिसर्च कमर्शियल होणं पॉसिबल नाही. आणि हे सगळं करायचं असेल तर मला वाटतं अशा प्रकारच्या कॉन्फरन्सेस व्हायला हव्यात. कारण आमची जे तरुण मंडळी आहे त्या तरुण मंडळीला या गोष्टी असतात हे समजणं गरजेचं आहे. यातले 4 जरी आमचे सायंटिस्ट झाले तरी अशा प्रकारच्या कॉन्फरन्स सार्थक झालं असं म्हणता येईल. आटले तरी त्या रिसर्च ओरिएंटेशन झालं तरी फार मोठी अचिव्हमेंट आहे असं मला हरकत नाही. आणि म्हणून सगळ्या इन्स्टिट्यूटनी अशा प्रकारच्या ऍक्टिव्हिटीज करायला हरकत नाही. आणि पुण्यश्लोक कायदा होळकर सोलापूर विद्यापीठ सदैव आपल्याबरोबर आहे. कारण आपण पुण्यश्लोक कायदा होळकर सोलापूर विद्यापीठाच्या परिवाराचा एक भाग आहे. त्यामुळे आपण एक परिवार म्हणून आपण काम करू आणि आमच्या यंग माइंडचा विचार घेऊ. हेच आमचं भविष्य आहे, ते भविष्य आम्ही उज्ज्वल करू. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
We value good words from your seat and experience. You provide knowledge in all the disciplines, which will definitely be the torch to our path of success. May I now invite our second chief guest, Dr. M.S. Shejul sir, Registrar Symbiosis International University, to give away his speech for this special event.
Namaste. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Mahanwar, Shri B.V. Shejul, Trustee, Dakshin Solapur Taluka Shikshan Mandal, Dr. Raghavendra, Scientist, ICAR New Delhi, Professor P.V. Sutrabe, Principal VGS Shivdare College, Professor Gopika Manjuna, Head Department of Biotechnology, and many of my friends who are sitting off the dais, Professor Abhay Patil, Professor Kamble, former college, Dr. Jakka, Dr. Nilima Damle, who is sitting in the audience from DAB College, Narendra Gambhirji, who was here a while ago, dignitaries, staff, guests and students of this esteemed college. First of all, I salute the memory of Shivdare Anna, So who took efforts to develop, especially Dakshin Solapur Taluka, Valsam should give me, and then this education trust. I had fortune to meet him sometime when I was in the DAV college working in NSS. So very pious personality, I remember. And see, when the foundation is laid down by such personalities, it never goes waste. So it comes, the fruits are good, that always happens. I remember, if you read the autobiography of Booker Washington, then you will understand what kind of efforts people take in developing the institutions. He was a black person when that time education was not at all allowed to black people in America. He was from Alabama State. And then he took all the efforts and established a small institute at Tuskegee. Tuskegee is a place where he established institute. Now it is a university. If you see the website of Tuskegee University, you will find Booker Washington and what efforts he has taken that time. So he invited Carver Washington. Carver Washington was a scientist, a professor of botany. So he invited him by sending a simple letter that you being black, you come, please come to my institute. You will not get any kind of money, but you will get satisfaction. So Carver Washington left his institute and joined the Tuskegee Institute. Today also, if you see the website, you will find Carver Museum is there. And Carver was such a person, scientist. So he worked on groundnut that time, and he produced 200 different products of groundnut when the value of groundnut was going down. And he was also advisor to the state of America, Minister of Agriculture. So this is what people do. Means, see, you have to take up the material matter principles and what efforts people take in the ground. If you see our country, at that time, Homi Bhabha was not in our country, but he was persuaded by Jawaharlal Nehru and other friends that please come to our country. And he was given just 2 rooms in the IIFR, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. He was sitting in 2 rooms only, and you can see today what wonders we are making in nuclear power. So this is a small tree planted, seed planted in IIFR, has grown into a BRC, and now we are world superpower in nuclear energy. So this is what happens. You can see, means if you see what is sir has also mentioned, what are the functions of university and colleges, higher education institutions. If you remember the speech of Jawaharlal Nehru, he delivered at the time of convocation of the Banaras Hindu University, he says universities stand for humanism. What for institutions stand? They stand for humanism, adventure of ideas. So ideas are there, but you have to embark on adventure. You should be courageous to implement the ideas, adventure of ideas. Search of truth. So you have to find out truth, means this is the research. Then we have to find out what lies at the bottom. So that is a bottom line. Search of truth. So this is what means we all sitting in the room, in this auditorium. Our efforts should be to reach to the roots of the cause and find out solutions, what problems we are facing today. Yesterday I visited the Siddheshwar temple. So now Siddheshwar temple means Siddheshwar that this lake and the temple was built there. If you see the state of the water in the surrounding the temple, it is, so you cannot imagine. Total water is now polluted. So is there not no solution? There are always solutions to resolve the problem. So the people from here, nobody from outside will come and solve your problem. You have to solve your problems here itself. You cannot expect people coming from Delhi and solving your problems. So you can have a small group of students and teachers visiting that lake. What kind of pollution is there? What are the solutions to solve the problem? I was staying in Solapur for 27 years. That time drainage system was open. Because of this, all your textile mills, all these your drainages are flooded with blue water. So all that will go into that waste. So is there no solution to treat this wastewater dyes? There are solutions, but we are not cognizant. So that's why we have to take a water bottle now. Why? Because we release all entire polluted water in the rivers. So we have not left any single river which is not polluted today. This is the state. The entire pollution, entire wastewater of your Pune city goes into our dam, the Ujri dam. Then that water comes to you or drinking. Again, you are drinking the water here. So this is what is happening. So we are not paying much attention to solve our problem. There are numerous problems. Numerous problems. At the time of independence, we are facing starvation, short of food supply. We are importing wheat because of now, see, Norman Borlaug and the MS Swaminathan, there is a free revolution. So today we are exporter because of farmers, because of agricultural scientists, development of varieties, high yielding varieties are there now. Wheat, at least I come from farmers family. 3 or 4 quintals per acre of wheat that time. Today myself I have produced now 17 quintal per acre is the yield. Just now we have harvested 17 quintal per acre. The yield. So see the change. This is all because of hybrid seed. That is biotechnology. That is biotechnology. We are having varieties of various varieties of resistant, pest resistant, then high yielding varieties of wheat are there. High yielding varieties of now maize are there. High yielding varieties of all fruits are there. So everything. So see what we are doing for the soil, what we are doing to our environment. Maharashtra and Punjab, these are the two states where it is large amount of pesticides are used. All our soil is job you are in a soil. Only to 5 job nano urea is available today. So nano urea has come, the plants will pick up. So that is a change technology is taking place. If you look to our milk revolution also, thanks to Varghese Kurian. So you see Amul. So that experiment now is implemented everywhere. We are exporter. We are producing milk now. So that has become an economy, mighty revolution. We are exporters. We are exporters in meat, we are exporters in fruits, we are exporters in grains, milk products, everything. In spite of the tremendous growth of population, we are feeding this population. Maharashtra and Punjab and Haryana, these 3 states are enough to feed the entire population of our country. This is what now I will do, me. Onion also, you see, but when there is a cost, farmer is not getting. So people are not interested in farming now. They are living in the farms because they are not getting the cost. This is the problem. So we have to solve the problems. We should be aware what problems we are facing, and you and scientists and teachers, they can make wonders. They can make wonders. Our young minds should understand. They should realize the problems, where the problems are. Unless you realize, don't give trust. You have to see, refer, read, perform the experiments. So you have to perform the experiments and go ahead. And I think this sense of confidence and find out solutions. We have to find out solutions. All problems are there, but solutions are there. It is never every problem has a solution, so we have to find out solutions to all the problems. And in a broader way now, biotechnology, nanotechnology. We have to now catch up with all this advancement. We are lagging at least 100 years behind many countries. Japan, biotechnology, most of the industries in biotechnology are in Japan. They are in the States, United States. We are far behind. Please, whenever you look to the COVID vaccine, who has developed? We have done it. The development happens there. We have saved millions of lives in the world, but development happens there in the fundamental research. So we have to learn lessons. We have to do it here, not imitation of what they are doing, what we should do. So that is what the lesson we should learn here, and we should not invest money in repeating the same experiment. We have to invest our money. We are not that much rich. We see now Trump is now he is now changing the scenario. So all the shares, the value has collapsed. Look to the investment. People have lost billions of rupees now, crores of rupees, lakhs of rupees are now have gone down in the last 1 or 2 months. That's because of Trump policy. So they look to our we are very strong, but we have to find out the ways, and we should be aware that now let us give leadership to these young minds. Whatever we have done, mistakes, such mistakes should not be repeated, and be aware that now we have to advance on the basis of on the shoulders of these young minds only. How many years we will rule? Same person they are ruling. So how long? So let us now think, let us be aware, and now science is the only solution. Learning, education is the only solution, and real education is the only solution. Learn, not imitate, experiment, and go on. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for letting us understand your perception on if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself in solving any minor issue. And also, every problem has in it the seeds of its own solution. For presidential address, I would now like to request B.V. Shetty sir to present his speech.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mrs. Gopinath Manjunath, Dr. Japta from our university, Principal Patil, Dr. Modi from BMIT, Dr. Kapse, Diploma of Pharmacy Principal, Dr. Gote, Pharmacology Principal, Professor Kalshetty from PD section of Pharmacy College, Solapur, other participants, dear teachers and friends. We have listened to beautiful lectures. Make any comment on your lecture. I don't have that level, I will say. But the Vice Chancellor has very rightly pointed out what is our responsibility as far as your students are concerned, what is your responsibility in near future. Giving number of examples using biotechnology concepts. He thought, so I am thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor. Similarly, Dr. Shejul has given different examples. He has made one statement, truth. Always we should go for the search of truth. What is truth? What the science is. If I have discovered something on this day, it may not be a truth on the next day. So always we should go for search. Where is the truth? Gandhi always mentioned that that is my duty. Said that the university is going to have so many programs. So, as a member of this organization, I assure you, sir, we will participate in different seminars. The seminars will be conducted on our level. Similarly, if you order us or if you say us that you should have seminars in collaboration with university or any other institute, we will be very happy to conduct such seminars. सरांशी बोलताना आहे त्याचा उल्लेख केला मला एक घटना आठवली. मागच्या शतकामध्ये युनोनी 100 शिक्षण तज्ञांचं जगातलं शिक्षण तज्ञांची यादी काढलेली होती. त्या तज्ञांमध्ये 3 भारतीय होते. पहिले होते महात्मा गांधी, दुसरे होते रवींद्रनाथ टागोर आणि तिसरे होते जे.पी. नाईक. तर ते जे.पी. नाईक हे आपल्या कोल्हापूर जिल्ह्यातले गडिंग्लज तालुक्यामध्ये 4 किलोमीटरवरती त्यांचं गाव आहे, खेडं तिथलं. तिथून हा माणूस बाहेर पडलेला आहे. स्वातंत्र्य युद्धामध्ये आपल्या आईवडिलांना त्रास होऊ नये म्हणून त्याने आपलं नाव बदललं. त्यांचं मूळ आडनाव बोडगे, त्यांनी आपलं नाव बदललं त्याच्यासाठी आईवडिलांना त्रास होऊ नये म्हणून, आणि त्याच नावाने प्रसिद्ध झाले. तो माणूस BA मॅथमॅटिक्स असलेला माणूस होता. त्यांनी आपल्याला देशाला 1966 साली एज्युकेशन पॉलिसी दिली. ती एज्युकेशन पॉलिसी 1968 आणि नंतरच्या काळामध्ये त्याच शिक्षण पॉलिसीवरती जी भारत देशाने स्वीकारली होती त्याच्यावरती त्यांनी कॉमेंट केलं की मला जी माहिती आहे सरांनी मला मगाशी उल्लेख केला की ह्या तुमच्यापैकी 4 जरी सायंटिस्ट निघाले, मी तुमची माफी मागून म्हणतो 4 नाही 2 जरी निघाले याच्यामध्ये इथं तरी मला माझ्या कॉलेजमधून 2 विद्यार्थी पुढे गेले ज्याचा समाजाला उपयोग झाला, त्याचा देशाला उपयोग झाला, अशी माणसं तयार झाली इथं या संस्थेमधून, तर नक्की मला आनंद होईल. बराच वेळ झाला, सरांनी गडबड आहे आणि त्या अशा कॉन्फरन्सचं आयोजन आमच्या प्राचार्यांनी केलं त्यांचं मी कौतुक करतो, त्यांचा आभार मानतो. कौतुक म्हणण्यापेक्षा सुद्धा अशा कॉन्फरन्स परत परत त्यांनी घ्याव्यात अशी त्यांना विनंती करतो आणि आपल्याला घेतो.
Now, to present the vote of thanks, I would like to request and call upon Mrs. Gopika Manjunath Madam.
Good afternoon, one and all. Respected Honorable esteemed Vice Chancellor of Puneshno Kahali Devi Holkar Solapur University, Honorable Dr. Shejul Sir, all the delegates, my colleagues, all the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, the participants from various colleges, the participants from national and international universities. Myself, Mrs. Gopika Manjunath, take the privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion of second international conference, Innovations in Biotechnology for Sustainability. I thank our Vice Chancellor Sir, despite his busy schedule, has graced the occasion and conveyed his opinion regarding the innovations in biotechnology, AI, artificial intelligence, aerospace technology, medical sciences, and drug discovery. I thank you, sir, for your insight and scientific innovations and motivating and propagating the activity of becoming the ambassadors to various activities in the country and also bring about the sustainability in environmental studies. I thank all the delegates and participants. I thank the guest of honor, Dr. Shejul sir, for inaugurating the BCom IT course, which is going to start this academic year 2025-26, and also putting the insight on nuclear technology, the green revolution, the milk revolution, which has been undertaking. And in his keynote address, he will be talking on about the CRISPR-Cas technology, that is the genome editing. I thank our former principal, Dr. Basudkar sir, who sowed the seed for the confidence to initiate the conferences which is to be organized at the college level. I also thank Dr. Kamble sir, who watered the seed to become a plant, and Dr. Sutrave sir for encouraging and nurturing the plant which is grown. I also thank the entire DSTS Mandal for giving us the support, the guidance for organizing such program. I thank all the delegates and participants from various colleges, national and international, and also for participating in the oral and poster presentations. I thank all the teaching and non-teaching staff who are tirelessly working all the day, since many days to make this program a grand success. I thank the jury members and wish all the participants all the best for the competitions which is going to be organized in the afternoon. Thank you, Mandal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, keynote address. I would once again.
We will take the 5 minutes break because the Vice Chancellor has to go to for his duties. The keynote address will be there after 5 minutes, please.
I carry this over.
DSTS Mandal संचलित VG Shivdare College of Arts, Commerce and Science, NAC accredited A grade with CGPA 3.21. आमच्या महाविद्यालयातील जैव व तंत्रज्ञान विभागाच्या तर्फे आज दिनांक 10 मार्च रोजी आंतरराष्ट्रीय परिषदेचे आयोजन करण्यात आलेले आहे. या परिषदेचे आयोजन पुण्यश्लोक अहिल्यादेवी होळकर सोलापूर विद्यापीठ सोलापूर यांच्या सहकार्याने करण्यात आलेले आहे. या परिषदेचा मुख्य विषय जो आहे तो इनोव्हेशन्स इन बायोटेक्नॉलॉजी फॉर सस्टेनेबिलिटी असा आहे. शाश्वत विकास हा जगाचा उद्देश नव्यानं आपल्याला तयार झालेला दिसतो. विकास व्हायलाच पाहिजे त्याबद्दल दुमत कुणाचेच नाही, परंतु विकास साधत असताना निसर्गाच्या कोणत्याही बाबीचं नुकसान होणार नाही ना याची आपण काळजी घेतली पाहिजे. आणि त्या माध्यमातून जैवतंत्रज्ञान विभागाने हे शाश्वत विकास कसा झाला पाहिजे आणि तोही जैवतंत्रज्ञानाच्या माध्यमातून ही महत्त्वाची थीम आपल्या परिषदेमध्ये या ठिकाणी ठेवण्यात आलेली आहे. महाविद्यालय 2005 पासून सुरू करण्यात आलेले असून महाविद्यालयाने आपल्या वाटचालीमध्ये अनेक यशाची शिखरे सर केलेली आहेत. यामध्ये जैवतंत्रज्ञान विभागाकडून BSc बायोटेक्नॉलॉजी असा कोर्स सुरू करण्यात आलेला आहे. तसेच 2010 मध्ये MSc पदव्युत्तर विभाग हा सुद्धा सुरू करण्यात आलेला आहे. त्याच पद्धतीने या विभागाकडून संशोधनाचेही कार्य मोठ्या प्रमाणावरती केले जाते आणि या विभागाच्या ज्या प्रयोगशाळा आहेत त्या सुद्धा अत्यंत अद्ययावत अशा प्रयोगशाळा असल्याचे आपल्याला दिसून येते. जसा बायोटेक्नॉलॉजी म्हणजेच जैवतंत्रज्ञान हा विभाग या ठिकाणी अतिशय कार्यक्षम आहे, त्याच पद्धतीने महाविद्यालयामध्ये कला आणि वाणिज्य विभाग सुद्धा अतिशय कार्यक्षमपणे महाविद्यालयामध्ये कार्यरत असल्याचं आपल्याला दिसून येतं. यावर्षी एक नवीन कोर्स आपण सुरू करत आहोत महाविद्यालयाच्या वतीने, तो म्हणजे BCom IT. BCom IT हा जो कोर्स आहे तो बदलत्या जगाशी परिवर्तनाशी आपला सुद्धा ताळमेळ व्हायला पाहिजे या उद्देशानं हा कोर्स सुरू करण्यात आलेला आहे. जग सतत बदलत चाललेलं आहे आणि तंत्रज्ञान हे दररोज नवीन पद्धतीनं आपल्याला हाताळावं लागत आहे. तर या बदलत्या जीवनशैलीशी आपलं शिक्षण सुद्धा बदललं पाहिजे. म्हणून सोलापूर जिल्ह्यामध्ये प्रथमच आमच्या महाविद्यालयाने हा कोर्स चालू केलेला आपणास दिसून येतो. BCom IT या विभागामध्ये आपणास कॉमर्स विषयाचे नवीन पद्धतीनं आणि अद्ययावत असा अभ्यासक्रम पाहायला मिळणार आहे. त्यामुळं हा जो कोर्स आहे तो सोलापूर जिल्ह्यामध्ये एक वेगळी ओळख निर्माण करेल असं मला या ठिकाणी सांगावंसं वाटत आहे. आणि या कोर्सचं उद्घाटन हे या परिषदेच्या उद्घाटन प्रसंगी केल्याचं आपल्याला दिसून आलेलं आहे. तर या कोर्ससाठी महाविद्यालयाकडून आणि सर्व स्टाफकडून अतिशय खूप खूप जास्त शुभेच्छा. या परिषदेमध्ये अनेक मोठमोठ्या व्याख्यात्यांचं आपल्याला मार्गदर्शन लाभलेलं आहे. त्यामध्ये पुण्यश्लोक अहिल्यादेवी होळकर विद्यापीठ कुलगुरू माननीय डॉक्टर प्रकाश महानवर हे प्रमुख पाहुणे म्हणून या ठिकाणी उपस्थित होते. त्याचप्रमाणे कीनोट ॲड्रेस जो दिलेला आहे तो डॉक्टर शेजूळ सरांनी, जे सिम्बॉयसिस इंटरनॅशनल युनिव्हर्सिटीचे रजिस्ट्रार म्हणून कार्यरत आहेत. त्याच पद्धतीनं या परिषदेमध्ये विविध अशा विद्वान लोकांचा सहभाग या ठिकाणी होणार असल्याचं आपल्याला दिसून येतं. यामध्ये मालदीव या देशातून काही विद्वत्त मंडळी इथं उपस्थित राहणार आहेत. त्यांचंही मार्गदर्शन आपणास लाभणार आहे. महाविद्यालयाचे प्राचार्य नेहमीच अशा नवनवीन उपक्रमांना प्रोत्साहन देत असतात आणि त्यांच्या इच्छेमुळं, त्यांच्या प्रोत्साहनामुळं असे विविध कार्यक्रम आपणास पाहावयास मिळत असतात, अनुभवायस मिळत असतात आणि त्यामुळं महाविद्यालय वरचेवर दिवसेंदिवस नवनवीन यशाची शिखरे पार करत असताना आपल्याला दिसून येतं. 2005 मध्ये सुरू झालेलं हे महाविद्यालय आज नॅक रिॲक्रेडिटेशन करून घेत ए ग्रेड प्राप्त करत असल्याचं आपल्याला दिसून येतं. महाविद्यालयाची प्रगती ही अतिशय अभिमानाचा असा आपणास सांगावंसं वाटतं. त्याच पद्धतीनं महाविद्यालयातील विविध विभागाकडून नेहमीच विद्यार्थ्यांना उपयुक्त असलेले बरेचसे कार्यक्रम या ठिकाणी घेतले जातात. त्याचाच एक भाग म्हणून आज आपण आंतरराष्ट्रीय परिषदेचं आयोजन केलेलं आहे. या परिषदेमध्ये सर्व प्राध्यापकांनी मेहनत घेत आपापल्या वर सोपवलेल्या ज्या जबाबदाऱ्या आहेत त्या अतिशय चांगल्या पद्धतीनं पार पाडत परिषदेला हातभार लावल्याचं आपल्याला दिसून येतं. परिषदेचे आयोजन जैवतंत्रज्ञान विभागाच्या प्रमुख प्राध्यापिका गोपिका मंजुनाथ यांनी केलं असलं तरी सुद्धा सर्वच विभागातल्या स्टाफने यामध्ये सहभाग नोंदवलेला आहे आणि यशस्वीपणे आपला सहभाग या ठिकाणी दिलेला दिसतो.
there is a material in the cell that is responsible for transmission of the characters from one generation to other generation. So, Avery, McCroy, these people have discovered that DNA is the material that transfers the inheritance from one cell to other cell, one generation to another generation. Look to the see that time. Then came Watson and Crick, and then the Wilkinson. There was a big team for discovery of structure of DNA, and it came in 1951. It just this much page and a half, 1.5 page article, science paper they published in Nature, for which they received a Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize was awarded to Watson, Crick, and M.H.F. Wilkins, 1951. Then onwards, there is now revolution in the molecular biology, revolution in biotechnology, hybridization, which I spoke earlier, that has happened thereafter. So unless you go to the molecular level, root cause, you do not understand what to do. Then came RNA, then came messenger RNA, transfer RNA, protein synthesis, composition, then nucleic genetic material, genes, means every character is present on the genes on the DNA. So genes were discovered. So this is a revolution. So many people they have taken efforts. They are from not only from science, life sciences, but they are from chemistry, they are from physics. So there is a combination. These are the demarcations at the lower level. But when you go to the higher level, then these lines diffuse and then it becomes one. So this is what happens. Now we are at such a stage that we do not need even male for fertilization. So Dolly experiment has shown that, Dolly ship that has shown that you can take a cell from udder and then you can infuse the nuclear material in that cell and give electrical shocks and there is a proliferation of zygote and then you get. So there is no need of male female, means sperms and then your eggs for production of offspring. Now there is IVF is there today. You can see tremendous revolution in biotechnology. High yielding varieties of crops, high yielding varieties of animals, means milk, especially milk. Especially Denmark is now leading actually in production of milk because they have high yielding varieties of cows, buffaloes. So we have at least now 100 liters daily. This is what is the revolution. In pharmacogenomics also, pharmacy also, antibiotics. We were not aware of 1945, we were not aware of the First World War. There was discovery of penicillin. Thereafter there is a revolution. Chemicals were utilized for treatment. But 1945, that time of war, Second World War, we used penicillin. Alexander Fleming, the experiment, simple experiment. But see, look to the revolution. Then what is the principal material that inhibits growth of bacteria, especially gram-positive bacteria? That was penicillin. From penicillium chrysogenum, penicillium notatum, they produced this compound. And Chen and Florey, these are the two people who established structure of penicillin. So there is a combination of chemists, there is a combination of biology scientists, so there is a combination team working. So this is what happens in the development of history, or development of science. But so far we are concerned, we have not advanced so much like there. But now today we have many laboratories working in the field of life sciences, National Center of Cell Science, NCCS in Pune, or in Hyderabad also we have institute. There are so many institutes now which are working on the molecular biology or genetics. They are working. There are small laboratories who are also contributing now. So I will speak on CRISPR, very small concept CRISPR. CRISPR means it's a cluster, regularly interspaced palindromic, short palindromic sequences. Palindrome you may be knowing, repeats, these are the repeats. इकडनं वाचलं तरी तसंच तिकडनं वाचलं तरी. You read from 5 prime A, you will read same phonetically. You read from 3 prime A, those people who are from biotech, they know what is 5 prime, what is 3 prime, end of the your DNA strand. So that is the palindrome. So you have repeats, such repeats in the DNA. So when you have this kind of repeats, these are called the CRISPR array. And simple experiment wherein you can see that when you may be aware that the bacteriophages, and I don't think I know, bacteriophages, when bacteriophage is that a bacterial cell, it enters either in lysogeny or lytic cycle. But when it goes into lysogeny, why it goes into lysogeny, there are different mechanisms. I will not elaborate on that. But simple thing is that they have defense mechanism, their own defense mechanism. So by what kind of defense mechanism is there? They degrade the viral DNA and they integrate this viral DNA into their own DNA, own chromosome. So pieces of the viral chromosome, that is DNA, they are integrated in the chromosome, bacterial chromosome, and that causes in particular fashion, in a particular way. That is called CRISPR array. These are the palindromic sequences, short sequences having maybe 12 up to 12 nucleotides, but these are CRISPR arrays arranged in a specific pattern in a DNA of the bacterial cell. Now this bacterial cell becomes resistant to the attack of next time progeny of this bacterial cell becomes resistant. So like become immunity, so bacterial cell becomes immune to the next viral attack. So how it becomes immune? That is because this CRISPR, this array, whatever genes are dispersed in the bacterial chromosome, they synthesize the short guided RNA, small piece of RNA synthesized, and this RNA, when there is injection of viral DNA in a cell, this small piece of short guided RNA combines with the viral DNA, and because of that, the bacterial system there is a SAC. SAC, this is CRISPR associated this one. Because this one. So this one. See, this CRISPR guided, this is short guided RNA that attaches to this DNA and unwinds this portion, unwinding. Once this is unwound, then this SG means short, this SgRNA, then this Cas9, this is CRISPR associated protein. This protein degrades this DNA. Finished. Closed. Now there will be no multiplication of replication of viral DNA. This is a simple theory of CRISPR. Very simple theory of CRISPR. Now this theory of CRISPR is adopted for development of CRISPR Cas9. Means this technology can be used for editing our chromosomal DNA or plant chromosomal DNA. This technology is adopted. What is done now? Suppose now you want to alter a specific gene in a plant, any gene which you wish to alter. What you have to do? You have to sequence that gene which you want to alter. That gene is sequenced, and you know the sequence of that gene, which is a target gene for you. When you want to insert a very efficient gene for more higher yielding, whatever resistance, whatever of your choice, then this small piece is now of your DNA is imbibed. From that now you generate the short CRISPR arrays. These short CRISPR arrays are inserted into a plasmid DNA of bacterial cell, plasmid DNA. which you can, now you have number of plasmids, artificial plasmids. So we integrate this small piece into that, so which will synthesize the your guided RNA. So short CRISPRs are there. So these CRISPR, when you insert in the viral DNA, that not viral, your plasmid DNA. So this plasmid will synthesize your CRISPR. This CRISPR will be synthesized. So once the CRISPR is synthesized, you use this CRISPR for cutting a specific DNA. That's all finished. So you are hitting a gene under your choice, which is to be cut, because it is very difficult to find out the gene which is to be cut. There is a difference between bacterial DNA and our chromosomal DNA. Very complicated. Our chromosomal DNA is complicated. Bacterial DNA is very simple. So that DNA, whatever you choose for, is now selected, and now this, whatever your sgRNA you have synthesized, sgRNA is transported in a cell, having some liposome or whatever technology you have, transport in a cell. Once you transport this CRISPR, the sgRNA, this sgRNA will attach to that specific sequence which you have chosen. So we will attach to the specific sequence, and once attaches to specific unwind, similar pattern. Unwinds, once the DNA is unwound, now this DNA is now easy to attack. So this is cut. This is cut by using now Cas9 or similar enzymes. These are nucleases. So this is a nuclease. CRISPR associated 9 protein, this is a protein, this is a nuclease enzyme. DNA is being simple. So that will cut this portion. Once this portion is cut, now you choose whatever DNA you want to insert into that addition. So select that much piece, insert into that. Then once you insert, now cell on its own will take its course. So homologous repair mechanism is there in the cell. So homologous cell will not do anything. So this will go there, then the repair will be there, and you get now mutant cell or whatever plant you want to desire. So this plant now you develop. So this is a simple technology. Now you can use this technology for anything. Anything means you have to go to the next concept, that is EAR technology. EAR means next. Go ahead, I have explained this. So next. CAR-T cell theory. This is CAR means this is chimeric antigen receptor. Chimeric antigen means this is chimeric means this is fabricated, synthesized. The chimera means hybrid. If you read Hindu newspaper, you will see there is a face of a lady to the cow. So that is a chimera. The simple. If you go to a temple, you will find some say hair of lion attached to body of a lady. So this is a chimera. So this is the chimera is hybrid. So this chimeric cells. So these are used for treatment of cancer. Treatment of, you have several drugs which hit cancerous cells. So now how long you will, because sometimes your cells are hidden, they cannot hit the target. So this has become difficult, and again you have to either go for surgery, or then you have to go for radiotherapy, or you have to go for chemotherapy. These are therapies available today. But now this has emerged coming in 2019. This is new technology developed. Now this technology is a very simple technology. It's very simple. Concepts are very simple. First we have to understand what they do. You take the T cells from the patient. His blood, we have in our blood we have various cells. RBCs are there, WBCs are there. In WBCs you have white blood cells, you have T cells, you have platelets, you have B cells. So you take T cells now. So T cells are separated from the blood, patient's blood only. Once you separate T cells, you again return back whatever components are available in the patient itself. No worries. So separate these T cells, simple. Once you separate these T cells, so T cells now, they have to be modified. How to modify now? Use CRISPR technology. You hit same way, hit the gene of your T cell. insert now, what you have to insert now? You have to insert a gene for the antigenic receptors which are there on the cancerous cells. Cancer cell, they are some they produce some typical antigens on their surface which are not there on the surface of our normal cells. So you have to identify, study the sequence of your antigenic determinants on the surface of your cancer cell, design artificially the DNA for that sequence of the DNA, and then insert this DNA by using CRISPR into the chromosome of this T cell over. Simple. As simple as that. Now, once you insert this into this T cell, these T cells now they are hit by antigen. This T cell membrane is there now. We don't have cell wall animals, so only membrane is there. So this protein has got a span of, so on surface it has got antigenic receptors now. Once you insert this in T cell synthesizes now that protein. Gene is expressed and it synthesizes that protein which you have inserted. This protein is a typical protein. It has got on its surface antigenic surface of the T cell we have. If you go back, can you go back? On the surface of this now you have antigenic determinant, this receptor for antigen. Membrane has got some molecules are embedded in the membrane, and inside cell there are some determinants which are there. Protein has got span. This protein has got some part is outside the cell, some part is in the membrane, and some part is present inside the cell. This is what is the simple theory. Now, when these cells you combine with the cancerous cells, this your T cell receptor, chimeric antigenic receptor. In short, this is a kind of antibody. So this will attach to the antigen determinant antigen on the cancerous cell. So this is stimulated now. Once any cell attaches to the protein, it changes the conformation of the membrane protein also and changes the conformation of the inside, whatever is inserted in the cell, the protein part. So that protein part now stimulates the proliferation of these T cells. Very simple thing. Antigen attaches to the receptor. This cancerous cell attaches, in short, cancerous cell attaches to this CAR-T, and this is chimeric antigen receptor. That stimulates proliferation of the T cells. So the T cells are proliferated in the lab. Once these cells are proliferated, you have millions of cells produced now, T cells, which are now they can produce on their surface all these determinants. All the cells are now produced, T cells to produce. You inject these cells in the patient. Once you inject these cells in the patients, now what happens? Patient has got all T cells. They will hit all of the B's, whatever antigenic cells are there. They will hit the antigenic cells, and these T cells become killer cells now. They kill the cells. All the wherever there is antigenic determinant, cancerous antigenic determinant present on the surface of a cell, so all such cells are destroyed. Killed. Very simple thing. This is used now in case of BALL, B cell acute lymphoblast leukemia. So this is now this theory is used. Especially this is very much useful for treatment in the children. There is total recovery of all these patients. There is no again recursion. There is no development of cancer in these children. This is what is known. It is very difficult to develop this for the other solid tumors because many cells are hidden in the tumor, and the environment beside the tumor is different. So those tumor environment doesn't allow your T cells, all CAR T cells to penetrate or to go in the environment of those tumors. They are working. There are some solutions, but now they are finding out the solutions how to do it. So there are so many. See, this is advancement. Simple advancement. CAR T cells are destroying your cancer cells. No need to go for chemotherapy. No your radiotherapy. No drugs. Finished. Simple. So you become a living drug. Human being becomes a living because all cells, all your cancer cells are destroyed. Very simple. Now, how our mRNA vaccines are developed? mRNA vaccines. Now we have experienced mRNA vaccines in COVID. Simple theory. Simple theories are very simple, but you have to perform experiments. So you have to design whatever antigenic determinants are present on the surface of SARS-CoV-2 virus. So your virus 2. So those antigenic determinants are simulated. You just fabricate the DNA piece, insert this DNA piece into plasmid. Plasmid insert this into bacterial cell. Bacterial cell will produce all the mRNA. mRNA is synthesized. So this mRNA is taken out. So this mRNA is modified. This is not, as I am speaking, simple experiment. But if you look back in 1950 or 1918, there were pandemics. So millions of people lost their lives at that time. Now you can see what has happened in COVID-19, and then we could save millions of people because of this vaccine, RNA vaccine. It's very simple theory, but now RNA vaccines are now coming up in a big way. Because see, that time there was need to see if you want to develop vaccine, it took 10 years to develop one vaccine. Now this vaccine was developed within 22 days. Can you imagine? 22 days only. This is all because of sequencing mechanisms, the production of mRNA, then lab regulations, then how to insert this mRNA in the cell, in the body of inject. So liposomes are there. Then nanotechnology is coming in a big way. So small particles, you have peptides, small catalytic peptides are there. So insert, there's a bubble, insert mRNA, insert close. So mRNA once you insert in the cell, this body, mRNA works, so it starts synthesizing, enters into our cell, and our cells start synthesizing antibodies, closed. So these antibodies, we need a minute bias. Very simple, but now see how to perform these experiments. So such experiments are there. You can use pharmacogenomics is becoming in a long run. Pharmacogenomics, because pharmacogenomics means we don't know which drug will be effective on which person. Our genomic composition may be same, but there are variations. We know what way variations are there. At one nucleotide, two nucleotides, variations are there in our chromosome. If you look to my chromosomal structure, it looks like your chromosomal structure, but I have certain sequences which will take you to my mother and father's sequence, which is never there in your sequence. If you look to DNA fingerprinting. So my DNA will match with only my parents. Nobody's DNA will match with my parents' DNA. So this is what is coming in a big way, DNA fingerprint technology. So all this is now helping. So the pharmacogenomics. So that is why we have single nucleotide. You can take there is a change. So it becomes difficult for treatment of drugs. Now drugs deliveries also for treatment of cancer. Nanotechnology is doing. For example, now you have itosin. Itosin is a particle. It's two disaccharide. These two sugars are there. Then acetyl glucosamine. They link together and becomes itosin. So this itosin is helping now to deliver the molecules of drug molecules. Biosensors are there. Biosensors means they are using biosensors for early detection of cancer now. Prostate cancer. Other people are working on that. These IITs are working. IIT Madras, IIT Mumbai, they are working on these biosensors. So they develop sensors for detection of prostate cancer. It is in practice. Prostate cancer, early it is detected, early the way. So they detect cancer, they are in an early stage. So your treatment is available now. So you need not wait for a long time. So there are efforts to detect now malaria also. Biosensors for malaria detection. You need not go plasmodium biomass and immediately if you take blood samples, you have certain peptides available in your blood serum, and then you can see and whether there are certain proteins are there, you can say the patient is suffering from malaria. Start the treatment. So this is what kind of advancement. So big weight is pollution. So if you want to see whether now food especially in case of food, adulteration or whatever, so especially in case of your pesticides, so easily they detect what is the percentage of, because of biosensors. So easily you can detect what the percentage of now metal ions in water or drugs are easy. So this is what in a big way is helping people. But these are advanced areas now. We did not work on whatever. These are the advanced areas where we have to work. So I think now This is, I can go and go speaking the agriculture and biotechnology. We can go on and on, but agriculture scientist is there. We can speak on other aspects, but no, I will not touch these aspects. But especially students from pharmacology, they are there. Now they are designing drugs now. Specific drugs are to design which will be effective. Pharmacogenomics means the drug which is effective against me may not be effective against you. This is because of genomic composition. So you have to design drug which is suitable for that. So and you have to take this with the help of your nanotechnology, small drug can hit whatever where there is a cancer cell. So this is what is happening nowadays. I think this is more than enough. I have taken 30 minutes. Thank you. It was very much. I know to be I am in the administration now. I have lost this touch for so many years, but now today I enjoy speaking all the students and then learned faculty, my friends here. So enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joseph. We want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude for our understanding presentation on CRISPR technology at our conference. Your expertise and passion for the subject shown and your talk was both informative and engaging. And also on CAR T cell therapy for cancerous cells. Your ability to break down complex concepts into accessible language was impressive, and your use of examples and anecdotes helped to illustrate the potential application and its implications of CRISPR. Our audience was clearly captivated by your presentation. We received numerous compliments. Thank you, sir. Thank you again.
Whether we can modify and how to transmit to modified cells in human beings. It's a question again. Now, actually, these experiments are performed in somatic cells. Somatic cells means cells other than germ cells, egg cell and germ cells. So there is no transfer of the cells from one generation to other generation. This is the problem. But we can do it in the germ cells also. Germ-line cells means sperm cell and egg cell. Provided what happens, for instance, sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia, very well that your shape of your hemoglobin. RBC, hemoglobin in the RBC is like sickle. So that is hemoglobin is inside. So now how to cure this? Because now there is a gene for hemoglobin production. So there is a defect in that gene. So you have to correct that gene. Unless you correct the gene, you cannot treat. This is the problem. RBC. Now if you want to rectify, correct, then you have to go to the both. Means male and female. You have to cut. You have to you have to cut that hemoglobin gene. Where defect, suppose the defect is there in the male, then you have to take that defected gene, cut that gene, and insert the normal or incorporate good gene, which is as long as not your ethics should allow it. If there is no problem. If you decide to change your chromosome, germline chromosome, then it is allowed. But if you do not permit, then no. So that is a problem. You can treat many disorders, but at that level, germline level, egg or germ. So that can be done. And then you can form this zygote of normal cells, IVF only, you have to go for IVF only. So you can do it in IVF and germline and all that, and you can do it. That can happen. That is success rate is good actually. In IVF also, if you see the fertilization rate is good, but you have to choose only those germ cells, multiply, which is corrected, then after multiplication, then fusion of egg and the germ cells, and we get a cycle. This is what, and cryogenic preservation is there. You can preserve these cycles for long period of time. Thank you.
Shejul sir यांचा करंटली अतिशय माहितीपूर्ण PPTच्या माध्यमातून दृकश्राव्य पद्धतीने त्यांनी सर्व माहिती या ठिकाणी दिली.
Thank you very much. We will be heading towards the next session. I request Madam to please continue with the next session.
सर्व विद्यार्थी अतिशय तन्मयतेने या ठिकाणी सर्व व्याख्याने ऐकत होती. ज्ञानाच्या महासागरामध्ये डुंबून गेल्यासारखं त्यांना वाटत होतं. त्याच पद्धतीने महाविद्यालयाने आयोजित केलेल्या या आंतरराष्ट्रीय परिषदेमध्ये सर्व कार्यक्रम हे वेळेच्या आत संपन्न होत असताना आपल्याला दिसून येत आहे.
Thankful for giving me this opportunity for deciding this session. Now, inaugural part is over, and now the part of keynote speakers will start now. Now, I will introduce today's speaker. That is a eminent personality from Indian Council of Agriculture Research. That is Dr. Raghavendra sir. Now I will give a brief introduction about Dr. Raghavendra. Dr. Raghavendra graduated from University of Agricultural Sciences, Bengaluru. Post-graduated from Dr. Punjabrao Deshmukh Krishi Vidyapith, Akola, and doctorate from Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Coimbatore. He also holds PG Diploma in Intellectual Property Right, and PG Diploma in Rural Development. Presently working as a senior scientist at ICAR National Research Center for Integrated Pest Management, New Delhi. He is specialized in integrated pest management of insect pests of horticultural crops. He is also a faculty member of School of Postgraduation Studies, ICAR IARI, New Delhi. Prior to joining as a scientist in Indian Council of Agricultural Research, he has served in various central government organizations in various capacities like technical officer in Department of Food and Public Distribution, then scientist B in Central Silk Board, and sir also he has more than 40 research publications to his account, which includes research papers in peer-reviewed journals, book chapters, technical articles. He is a fellow of Entomological Survey of India and recipient of several awards and recognition to his credit, like Best Presentation Award in National Seminar and Conferences, Best Research Scholar Award 2017, Pearl Foundation and Best Research Award 2017, and Best Young Researcher Award 2018. Now I request Dr. Raghavendra sir to start his presentation. Start, you know.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. At the outset, I convey my regards for VG Shivdare College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Solapur, for giving me this great opportunity to address young mind who is the future of our nation. And the previous keynote address, you all listened to a great speaker who is speaking about the role of biotechnology in pharma health industry. So as on date, at least for any living individual or human being or any other living creatures of this earth, the two most important essential things which is very much important is one is food and one is good health. If these two are available, if these two minimum requirement is being fulfilled by any individual living organisms, including human beings, they can sustain for, they can live for a longer time. So one such keynote address you heard about the role of biotechnology in health sector. Now slightly we'll look into the role of biotechnology or importance of biotechnology in another important sector, food, that is agriculture. Today, I am here to speak about the role of integrated pest management for sustainable plant production. And since I am addressing the biotechnology students here, I thought of putting some light on the role of biotechnology in plant protection. Okay, as in the inaugural session, you might have heard that. So during 1960s, somewhere around 1960 or 66, this is the era we call it as a revolutionary era wherein a green revolution happened. So most of us, including me, doesn't know the pain of hunger. Maybe our seniors might have come across the pain of hunger. See, there was an era where before 1960s, the government of India could not provide a meal for an individual for twice a day. Okay, so what has to happen during those times? One, there was a very less productivity of the crops. There was no much technological innovations happened in the field of agriculture, and unfortunately, we could not provide enough amount of food for our population. Right from north to south, east to west to west, the same was the situation. So thanks to the visionary Prime Minister, the then Madam Indira Gandhi, approached the government of America for seeking a help, but both the Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri and Prime Minister Indira Gandhi could not get much of support or cooperation by other foreign countries. But as soon as
where the Madam Prime Minister came back to the India after meeting the Indian President of USA, so who made her to wait for a long time. She came back and she called all the scientists working in the field of agriculture and asked for the solutions to enhance the yield. They became the great legendary scientists who then called the world food prize, which is equal to the Nobel Prize, the Norman Bolas, who came to India from CMAC. So he bought the improved varieties of wheat, rice, and these two crops are the one such crops which made a revolution in producing enough food to the people of our country. So, yes, in this, okay, wherein during the Green Revolution there was the introduction of short duration varieties, introduction of high yielding varieties, introduction of nutrient responsive varieties, right? When we talk about these nutrient responsive high yielding varieties, certainly, just to make you very clearly understand what happens, if you see the body mass weight of a the person who is going for Kusti Akada and one person who is going for gym. Okay. The person who is going to gym certainly is asked to take the protein diet, the powder, artificial diet, wherein to build up his mass. Okay. When certainly the person who is going to the Desi Kusti Akada, he will be depending on his own diet, right? So when we look at the mass, certainly the person going to gym will be having the weight and mass. But if you look at the strength, certainly he will have a very less strength to compare to this, the person who is going for Christianity. Same thing here. When we have developed the high yielding varieties and short duration varieties, which is nutrient responsive varieties, these varieties or these crops were highly susceptible for disease and pests. So naturally, during the Green Revolution, deliberately the scientists, without any other options, went for exploiting the means for plant protection. At that time, the only means which could cater the need very immediately was chemical pesticide. Right? During 1966 to 1980-85, yeah, a lot of changes happened. We government of India promoted the use of plant protection chemicals and thereby cane farmers extensively exploited and there was a misuse, we must say abuse of chemical pesticides happened. And as a result, and what happened, we could see various challenges like health disorders, the major problem of having cancers in most of the farmers who directly work in farm dealing with chemical pesticides, right? Pollution of water, pollution of air, and mass death of non-terminated organisms like fish, beneficial insects, beneficial organisms, which is part and parcel of our ecology. Then during the same 1966, there came a concept called integrated pest management. Okay, before entering into this is the brief history of the inception of integrated pest management, why it has come and how it has come, right? So, if you look into the priorities, as of 2022, the population of India is 1.4 billion, right? By 2050, our population will be 1.7 billion. Food requirement by 2050 would be 343 million metric tons. And production yield plateaus is already been reached, right? Today, once we were food deficient, and today we are food surplus, food sufficient, and thanks to the technologies, thanks to the scientists of agriculture who has made this happen, this dream happen. Today we are supplying tons of food to the underprivileged countries like African countries. But yes, certainly there is a challenge for feeding another extra 30 to 40 million people by 2050. Okay, what are the priorities of Indian agriculture? Export promotion, doubling farmers' income. Honorable Prime Minister has made a speech in Independence Day and 2000 somewhere around 2018 or 19 to have farmers' income doubled by 2024. Yes, the government has achieved much in this field. Environmental conservation, production of safe, high quality food, fresh fruits and vegetables of every kind are readily available in India to the country's diverse environment. Okay, and but yet we should assure the quality along with the quantity. In terms of global foods and vegetable production, our country ranks second place than China. Okay, so major challenges in plant protection. The major challenges. What is plant protection? Protecting our crops from the foreign bodies or foreign organisms which are so called as pests. What are pests? Pests could be an insects, pests could be a plant pathogens, pests could be an nematodes, pests could be anything. Pests could be anything which hampers the human belongings. Simply it is called as pest. So there is a lot of competition for resources, avoiding stresses. There are two types of stresses in in crop protection. One is biotic stress and abiotic stress. What are biotic stress? Anything living organism competing to the human and human agriculture is crops. Pests are biotic stresses. Abiotic stress. Suddenly we all are talking about the climate change. Is it not? Too much too rainy is problem. No rains creates a problem. Like human beings, plants also requires a congenial conditions, congenial requirements like nutrition, water, whatnot, everything, sunlight, everything to grow in their desired manner. So today, due to the climate change, we are facing the situations like drought, salinity, too much too, over exploitation of crops, growing of monocropping, like growing of sugar cane, as Honorable Vice Chancellor was telling, growing of sugar cane for 10 to 12 years. When you grow single crop, and of course, sugar cane is a very nutrient exploiting crop. If you see crops like maize, sugarcane, and etc., they exploit almost all the nutrients available in the soil. If that such crops is grown for a longer period of time, that will go for say for a decade, all the nutrients which is available in the soil would be exploited. To cope up that nutrient requirement, naturally farmers depends upon synthetic chemical pesticide, which is again a salt. The urea, DAP, MOP, what is that? They are salts. They keep on adding the synthetic fertilizers to the soil. One fine day, after 10 to 12 years, the whole soil which wherein sugarcane was exploited for years will find a salinity problem in the soil, which is fit for nothing. Right? Temperature extremes. As I said, due to climate change, extremes. As I said, someone was mentioning in the morning, last year the maximum temperature in Solapur was 46 or 48, which is too extremes, you know. So normally in Maharashtra, the Chandrapur district has a maximum temperature, but what's happening? That's because of climate change. So these are the challenges. When there is a slight change in 1 degree centigrade, it's a problematic to the plants, it's a problematic to the lower organisms like insects, microorganisms, fish. All these combined to form a greater biota that is ecosystem. Right? These are the challenges. And of course, overuse of chemical pesticide is leading to the resistance and environmental harms. Right? The importance of plant production. As I said, a grain saved is equal to a grain earned. It is not necessary that you have to produce tons of the food. If you preserve, if you conserve the quantity of food which was produced surplus in the previous year to the consecutive years, that itself is contributing to the food board of our country. So, safeguarding crops from pests, disease, and environmental stresses, ensuring food security and sustainable agriculture. Okay, as I said, despite the fact that our nation produces more food commodities for self and export purpose, each year the abiotic stresses plays a major threat to their production. Okay, if you see here, see, this is insects. It's a fruit borer, infesting tomato. Disease, mites, weeds, mollusks, nematodes. So these are all combining called as pests, which is competing with the plant's normal production. Okay. As I said, farmers even today, in spite of innovations in technologies, the first choice of farmer for protecting the agriculture pests, to combat the agriculture pests and protecting their crops is pesticides. How many are you from agriculture family? Okay, right? Whenever your parents or you yourself finds any pest, insects, diseases or weeds, where do you go for the management or getting the consultancy for the management? You go to pesticide dealers, right? Your first source of the information is pesticide dealers. And when you're going to the pesticide dealer, what is his first recommendation? Chemical pesticide. It's for two purposes. One, our farmers need immediate responses, immediate effect. Once they spray the chemicals, the next day morning they should find the insects, killing the insects, the death of insects, and the curing of diseases. Second, the pesticide farmers get a huge margin of prices, profits in pesticides, and thus this is what happening. But see here, due to the misuse or abuse of pesticides, we could find the development of resistance in pests. Have you aware of resistance? Have you aware of drug resistance? For certain point of time or certain dose of the drug, human body can resist. Human body can react to the drug and make it protective barrier against the pest. Once the resistance occurs, even no drug can fight all the foreign bodies in the human body, right? The same happens. To certain doses of chemical pesticide, the insect can show its mortality. Slightly day by day when in the pesticide they get exposures to the higher doses of pesticides very often, thereby your biotechnology works. The genetic thereby the genetic mutations happens, the insects get acquire the immunity and acquire the resistance towards the pesticide. Unfortunately, due to which even spiders spraying higher dose of pesticide, the insects or pathogens will not be killed. But ultimately, the higher doses of chemical pesticide what we use will get deposited as a residue of food which you and me are eating every day. Is it not the deleterious effect of a chemical pesticide, overuse or abuse of chemical pesticide? Yes. So adverse effect on human and animal health due to presence of toxic residues and hampers the export potentials. So today the era is of quantity food and quality food, right? Gone are those days wherein we were much concerned about the quantity because that was the situation where our country and majority of the countries of different parts of the world were suffering from hunger. Whatever is available, irrespective of knowing the pesticide residue, whatnot. First, let me fill my stomach. That was the situation. But today, we almost majority of the countries are producing surplus, but now they are quality. They have a lot of sensors wherein they identify the residues in the food commodity. Once the food, the residue level, the whole consignment will be discarded, and there will be a major hampering on the exchequer of Indian economy. Right? Rejection of Indian food exports many times it has been happened. So okay, to overcome this, okay, sir, the farmers know only the pesticides as a management approach. No, our friends from age old, our ancestors are much aware about the integrating the different parameters and different methodology for combating one particular pest. As the Honorable Vice Chancellor was telling, homeopathy, right? He was comparing with allopathy. Same happens. When you completely rely on allopathy, then we have the chances of the adverse reactions or adverse effect. We don't know.
So always, even today, if you go to any medicine or a doctor, a very learned doctor, he will advise to integrate both allopathy and homeopathy. Error is integration. One of those is to exploit only the traditional things, only the hybrid things. Now, the era of integration. This is how it is. See, we have different methods to combat the pest. That is cultural of sanitation. Upon that we have mechanical methods. Upon that we have biological method. And finally, as a last resort, as a pesticide. That too in pesticides, a lot of revolutions has happened. Let me tell you very quickly. Right. So, what is the objective of integrated pest management? The main objective is plant protection is reduce the pest incidence, right? Crop losses due to pests. Minimizing pollution, chemical contamination of food and the environment. Maintaining ecological balance with minimum disturbance to the ecosystem. This is the main motives of integrated pest management. And reduce plant production cost. Of course, I'll tell you in the future slides. Reduce pesticide use and maximize crop protection. Crop production. Right. So if you look at the principles of integrated pest management, do nothing is also a sort of a decision. Am I right or wrong? Say for example, if a healthy man go to a doctor, okay, stating that I have some heart, like chest pain issues. Whenever we call it as say it as chest pain, it is not necessary to have a cardiac arrest, right? Okay, once you go, I have seen an extremely outstanding doctors by detecting your physically, they say that you are absolutely fine. Is some rest or water or dehydration also. Need nothing. There are some doctors who go for investigations, hefty investigations, and unwanted, unwarranted prescriptions are made. I'm sorry for that. But who is better here? The doctor one who saw you, just he said that, oh, nothing to worry. You do nothing. You do only you take the water or take rest. He is better, right? We don't want any unwanted prescriptions to be imposed on us. Same in integrated pest management. What happens, as majority of you from farming community, it is very much common whenever a farmer A, my neighbor farmer, is spraying something, some X, for management of something. My B farmer, my neighbor farmer, what does he do? Okay, अगर वो कर रहा है, वो pesticide spray कर रहा है, अब कुछ भी कर रहा है. If he's doing one spray, I'll do two sprays. Thinking that if I use more and more spray, if I go for more and more care and protection, I will get more and more production. It's not right. It's not correct. Everything there is a saturation, ecological balance. Okay. So thresholds, we call it as thresholds. Nothing we can expect more than a threshold. For everything is a maximum limit. Even sky has a limit. Beyond that sky, you cannot cross the sky, right? The sky is the limit. So that's all. So first is decision making. Whether I should take any management practices or not. For that, regularly you should visit the fields. Regularly. Not like this. I have seen many farmers, he will enter into field on the day of his planting, sowing, or transplanting. Next he will go and harvesting. Nature, of course, nature is taking care, but you cannot leave everything to nature will not fill your stomach. It is one you should do the occupation, or it is you to do the business. Today, you people are here to have a knowledge by the key speakers or most major speakers. If we, the speaker, doesn't deliver or take a rent, that is not our duty. We are not fulfilled our duty. That's all. Still, nature is taking care of, but still, to take a right decision, always we expect farmers to visit their field. Monitoring. What is the monitoring? Okay, randomly you go and check your field of your pest, right? Anti-resistance strategies. How? Like non-chemical methods, inclusion of non-chemical methods. I'll tell you in the later. Reduce pesticide use. Okay, evaluation. What is the impact? Right pesticide selection and prevention and suppression. This is the IPM principle, right? So components of integrated pest management. So physical methods, mechanical methods, cultural, biological, chemical, postman resistance, pest surveillance, ecology, and then you here. Okay, cultural method. What is cultural method? The manipulation of cultural practices at appropriate time for reducing or avoiding pest damage to crop is known as cultural methods. Like see, these are the different types of cultural methods. Normal methods, proper preparatory cultivation, growing suitable varieties. In market, we have a number of resistant varieties against different crop pests and diseases. Simply, decision making matters a lot. You have two different varieties of major difference of 10 to 12 rupees per year per unit, right? When you select the resistant variety, which is resisting naturally, genetically, inherently by itself against pests and diseases, and when one is one very much susceptible variety, when you plant a resistant variety or hybrid for society was in general, your 50% of job is done. When itself it has an inherent capacity to resist different enemies, there is no need of much of interventions on your manufacturing measures, right? So that decision is very important. Changing systems of cultivation. That's what I tell you. Regularly, continuously, year crop after year, crop after year, what happens? When you grow, say for example, tomato, year after year, the same piece of land, continuously 3 crops a year, what happens? The fruit borer, the one particular pest which is notorious, or tomato leaf miner, which was serious pest in the parts of Pune, which was first reported from Pune, I must say, which has created a nuisance, which is an invasive pest. What happened? So even today in the parts of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh where I come from, farmers take 3 crops a year, even if they get 1 rupee per kilo. What happens? You have a congenial condition with the pest. You have a supply of host plant. You have a very good ambience to multiply. The pest generation multiply year after year. It retains there. It doesn't move out of every year, season after season. The same pest creates some menace. Instead, changing of crop rotation. Crop rotation at least season after season. There are 3 seasons, right? Kharif, Rabi, and summer. Take crop A at Kharif, which is suitable, like paddy. If not paddy, any other Kharif crops. Take Rabi crops. Go to legumes. Third, in summer, if you have a good irrigation, go for vegetables. That also helps in maintaining sustainability of the crop, which is one of the component of your conference today. Innovations in biotechnology for sustainability, right? So like mixed cropping. Why mixed cropping we suggest? Mixed cropping is suggest because okay, I am producing tomato. In a peak season, per unit, per kg tomato is 10 rupees. Farmer is getting. When there's a lot of supply is happening, the prices of tomatoes come down, right? It becomes 1 rupee. Instead, if a farmer is wise, if he is growing both tomato, cabbage, coriander, XYZ, even if the price of tomatoes comes down, he can cope up his profit per unit area with other crops. And certainly, as I said, all insects, all pests are not common for all the crops. They have a preference. The pest of tomato is not a pest of cabbage. The pest of cabbage is not a pest of bottle gourd. This is how it is. So when you break the supply, when you break the supply, I am taking tomato. My next neighbor farmer, I suggest him to not to take tomato, take some other not those plants like cucumber. So that's how you can cut down the horizontal movement of pests from one field to another field. Okay, clean cultivation. Okay, how? So there are 2 types of farmers. One is lethargic farmer. Okay, I am sowing, I will go and I'll harvest at the end. One is very serious farmer who takes agriculture as a profession. He goes into the field regularly. He removes all the weeds, unwarranted plants. Okay. Sometimes what happens while sowing the seeds, through bullock carts or tractors. You sow seeds more than the requirement. But after certain period, we suggest them to uproot it. Thinning, we call it as thinning. Maintaining the proper crop plant canopy, crop population, more income. It is not like having more plants per unit areas will give you more income. No. If 10 plants can have the places of 10 plants, it gives you a good result. In case of 10 plants, if you plant 20 plants, there will be a competition for nutrients, competition for water, competition for chlorophyll synthesis, whatnot. Certainly, the productivity per unit area reduces. If you have more and more dense plants, big plant population, what happens? The insects plus diseases get a very good host plants. They will multiply, they will spread, they will reduce the quality and the quantity of the crop. Is it not? Like adjusting sowing or planting time. There is one classic example, I must say. You know about mustard, right? Mustard. In mustard, at the panicle stage, you will have one important pest called aphids, chepa, mova. You know chepa, mova? Aphids, green color aphids, right? If you sow your mustard 15 days prior to the season, there is a chance of reduction of this aphid population. There is no synchrony between the availability of host and pest occurrence. If you break that, that itself will help you to manage the pest. This is some examples of cultural practices. Managing application of water, managing application of fertilizer, trap cropping, trap mulch for elevators. Right, these are the examples. Clean cultivation, summer burn. Why summer burn is required? As you know, most of the disease parasitic nematodes and disease-causing pathogens and insects hibernates, go for resting in the soils after completion of the plants. Okay, after cutting harvesting of the plants, they will go into the soil, they will stay there, they will go for resting, we call it as hibernation. Okay, diapause. And the next season, when you plant the plants, they come out and do the nuisance. Right? When you do summer planting, simply go after the growing of crop, you plow the land, leave it exposed for natural sunlight. As you know, natural sunlight is an excellent sanitizer. Right? When you expose to the heat, that means summer 45, 46 degrees centigrade, no pathogen can survive, no insects or immature stages can survive. Second, when you live as such, the birds, very good natural animals like birds, lizards, whatnot, they come in sun, they pick it, they feed on that, and they destroy the population. Now, doing so, we have not touched any chemical pesticide. Nature itself is taking care, right? So this is cultural practices. So sowing time, as I said in mustard. Intercropping, as I said. Why intercropping? Because to avoid the spread of pest and diseases, right? Okay, trap crop. See, this is a classical example here. These are tomato, wherein a line of marigold crop is being sown. This marigold, the yellow color flowers of marigold attracts the adult moths of fruit borer. The previous slide I showed a caterpillar feeding on tomato fruits, right? The adults of that particular fruit borer get attracted towards the yellowish color of the flowers. Once they get attracted, they start after mating, they start laying eggs on these flowers. So farmers, what they do after these flowers, after one fine day, these flowers will be harvested, they will be sent to the market. While harvesting, doing so, they will also harvest the eggs of that fruit borer. So doing so, what happened? Instead of the fruit borers laying their eggs on this tomato, they laid eggs here. Then when these flowers are harvested, they are also harvesting the eggs and thereby the breaking of population of fruit borer. Border crops. What is this maize? Majority of the crops, if you see, if you simply sow 2 to 3 rows of tall crops like maize, bajra, sorghum, very densely, as you're making a fence or bordering to your horticultural crops especially, you can avoid the entry of the dangerous and notorious sucking pests like whiteflies, aphids, thrips, jacinths into your field. Reason because these sucking pests, which for the pests which I have told you, will not accept maize as its host plant, and due to the height structure of the plant, they act as a boundary wall, barrier to enter this pest. So once you avoid the entry of this pest into your field, there is no need of much irrigation into the field. Okay. Crop rotation, I told you. Irrigation and nutrient management. Again, so these are the common farmland cultural practices which farmers use for management of pests and host plant resistance. Here, I must say, I should thank biotechnology. The technology where it brought an evolution in plant production. Till 2002, I'll tell you in a minute, till 2002, we did not have any transgenic crops in our country. Whereas in foreign countries, we have transgenic crops. Am I right? What are transgenic crops? Any modified traits, plants having any modified traits through the means of external imposition of any foreign gene into the system, right? Okay. Till 2002, India did not have any such transgenic plants because of various reasons. Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee (GEAC) promoted, approved the introduction of transgenic seed in India. The first crop was cotton. In 2002, even the state of Maharashtra has endorsed the one big problem, that is farmers' suicide. I'm very sorry to say this. State of Maharashtra stood first in farmers' suicide. Is it so sad? Is it so sad? Losing our annadatas who is feeding our stomach day in and day out. They are the asset of our country. We used to lose them. We used to lose their lives because of one notorious pest, that is bollworms in cotton. Right? It was so notorious that during 1990s to 2000, lot of farmers' suicides used to happen in the state of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, then undivided Andhra Pradesh and Telangana combined, Gujarat, Karnataka. Then came the transgenics, commercialization of BT transgenic hybrids in 2002, that is Bolgar 1 and Bolgar 2. Okay, earlier Bolgar 1 came. Cryogene. What is cryogene? Crystal proteins, okay? So, which is toxic, deleterious for bollworms, okay? Then, recently, after Bolgar 1, they introduced Bolgar 2, that is double G technology 2006 for managing. Actually, there are three bollworms. One is American bollworm, one is pink bollworm, one is spotted bollworm, okay? Bolgar 1 introduced for management of. Then, of the late Bolgar 2 came for management of both American bollworm, which is a very notorious pest, but unfortunately today both Bolgar 1 and Bolgar 2 has lost its resistance against the pink bollworm. Today we are facing the problem of resistance in pink bollworm. That is a major issue in the state of Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat. Right? So yes, problems. BT resistance, pink bollworm, as I said, climate change, breakdown of thermosensitive resistance. Okay. Okay. Identification of thermostable sources of resistance, pyramiding of resistance gene cultivars. This is the role of biotechnologists, right? Where we get very good help from new people for bringing out this resistance abilities against biotic and abiotic stresses. Okay, these are the examples of some tolerant varieties. As I said, when the farmer has the availability of resistant varieties in his vicinity, we suggest the farmers to opt the resistant varieties instead of susceptible varieties, where these resistant varieties can reduce the dependency on chemical pesticides to a greater extent. Next, intercrop. I told you, crop rotation. Crop rotation. Okay, community level practices. Physical methods. Okay, physical or mechanical, one and the same. Have you ever seen installation of light traps in your fields, sticky traps in your fields, or pheromone traps in your fields? You might have seen. What for? See, these are the different mechanical methods which you use for managing, like hand picking, collection and destruction of pests. Okay, hooking, putting a hook in the coconut tree and removing the stem borers and the root grubs, and mechanical exclusions. So wrapping of fruits, banding, netting, branching, deep balancing can help in managing the pest. Right? So this is what I was telling about. These are the pheromone traps, light traps, sticky traps. What happens? I'll tell you very briefly. See, unlike human beings, even the insects get attached to a specific color of color, right? Okay, some of us are fond of red color, some of us are fond of blue color, some of us like yellow color, like that. In insects also, many of the insects get attached to particular colors. So here we use yellow sticky trap and blue sticky trap. Taking these colored traps glued with the sticky agent and installing in the field can attract as many as insects as available in the field towards them, and once it get attracted, once it sits on the traps, they get attracted or they get glued there and they will be trapped. Okay, this is how one method of management of pests. Second is light traps. As you know, even after showers in our vicinity also, there will be a lot of insects getting attracted towards light. Why is it so? Because there are many nocturnal activity in the pest insects. Okay, many insects like to get attracted towards the light. So, see by that attraction behavior we use in developing a good light traps for attracting the pest. What happens? Instead of getting and depositing on the field crops, they get attracted towards the traps, they get trapped there and they will be killed. And pheromone traps. What is a pheromone? It is a chemical released by one sex to attract the opposite sex. In insects, we are for having the next generation, we need both males and female, right? Of course, there is parthenogeneity where there is no requirement of males. The female produces itself the egg generation, and that is different. But at least in males and females, the females releases a pheromone, a chemical called pheromone, which attracts the male for mating. So when you install the sex pheromones, due to the confusion, the moths come. Yeah, yeah. The moths get attracted towards these chemical the pheromones and traps, yes, and that's how the population can be contained. Okay, that's biological control. No, all insects are considered as pests. Okay, there are pests, there are natural enemies. Insects, there are many number of insects which feeds on another insects. They are called as natural enemies. So these are the examples. See, like coccinelles, these are all our natural enemies which feeds on the pests. See, this is the pest wherein it is feeding on the biocontrol agent is feeding on that pest. Okay, these are the certain parasitoids. Okay, we have pathogens even, bacteria, fungi, viruses which kills the insects. Right, botanical pesticides. We have a very beautiful, nature has gifted us a very beautiful things like soap and garlic, pomegranate, neem, Vatex and tulsi, which can be used as pesticide instead of chemical pesticide. So we also have fish oil, rosin soap, cashew nuts and liquid, propolis, horticultural mineral oil, tobacco leaf extract, pyrethroids, etc. So this is the legal method, right? This is a legal method which has been controlled by the Director of Plant Protection and Quarantine. They make the policies to avoid the unwarranted application. Yes. So I'm not stressing on much. Chemical pesticides. As I said, chemicals are not deleterious, but only thing is right dose at the right time, in the right stage, and in the right manner will serve the purposes. Once upon a time, we used to use chemical pesticide with extreme toxicity. Once we used to recommend by farmers, say for example, monoprotocols. We used to recommend the rate of 2.5 per liter. But today, thanks to the technology, a lot many revolutions happened in chemical pesticides. Today, the new classes of chemical pesticide, what we are recommending is 0.25 ml per liter of water. Such is the revolution, and most of them are green labeled pesticides, which are extremely non-toxic. Right? So newer class. So if you look into the IPM model, so this is how we generate this inclusion of cultural practices, trap crops, sticky traps, neem oil, NBP formulations, trichodermations, and typical. Right. So these are the glimpses of IPM practices which is being used for management. And here, quickly in a minute, I will tell you the role of biotechnology. So biotechnological tools for plant protection. We have a very good technology like genetic engineering. As I said, a good example is BT cotton, and we have a CRISPR-Cas9. What sir was mentioning about to edit the genomes against the darkness, and molecular markers for disease resistance, breeding. To take 5 to 8 years to develop one single variety. Now we have molecular markers, RNA interference for pest management, microbial biotechnology. So this is how genetic engineering works in plant production. This RNA technology, RNA hygiene science technology, molecular markers for disease resistance, and we also use biotechnology for fortification of biofortification of the cultivars. So this is how, and yeah, very good success of biotechnology in India is BT cotton in India, papaya export virus resistance in Hawaii, and drought tolerant maize in Hawaii. So these are the challenges, and biotechnology plays a crucial role in protecting plants. And thank you. I sincerely thank the organizers
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Raghavendra, for giving a nice presentation. You covered all aspects of integrated farming. So it's nice, but now maybe someone have some additional information needed. So I now open this session for discussion. Anyone have a query? They may ask to Dr. Raghavendra.
two things. Either you might have understood everything without any doubt, or else you have understood nothing.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes, sir.
It is not a doubt. Actually, for farmers, the pesticides or fertilizers doses are recommended. Too much high doses are recommended by company. What should we do?
So that is why, see, I one good suggestion is that, and thanks to the government's initiative, earlier the pesticide dealers, pesticide traders were common people. They were not having any background education, background regarding pesticide and fertilizers. Now, to open any pesticide shop, unlike your pharmaceutical drug dealers, until and unless they don't have deep pharma, they cannot open your medical shop, right? Likewise, even they want to open the pesticide shop, now government has made it mandatory to have a diploma in plant protection. So that is how once the pesticide dealers have a first-hand information about the doses and information about the requirements of the farmers, definitely at least I can't say 10%, at least 50%. The pesticide dealers now are advising farmers the right dose and at the right stage. This is how the intervention of government of India to reduce the injurious or abuse of pesticides.
Yes, sir. And there is one problem with Solapur district. There is an issue of bacterial bites in case of the pomegranate. So, what should be the suggestion for farmers?
See, unfortunately, see, the bacterial blight is one such nuisance, you know. This bacterial blight, once it occurs, till like a cancer, you must say. There is no such treatment till date until and unless you cut, slice, remove from this thing, the body part that retains us. Same wise, until and unless the infected plant is not been uprooted and killed, you cannot avoid the spread of the disease. However, sir, to the house, we have a very good institute called Indian Institute of Horticulture Research at Bangalore and NRIIPM at Solapur. Yeah, these two institutes combinedly have developed the formulation. I must say plant protection formulation, comprises of your plant growth regulators, micronutrients, and the this thing, bacteria side. Bacteria side. Mostly streptomycin.
Price is going high.
Yeah, it is going high, but only thing is that judiciously, if the farmers take the management in time, he can avoid the spread of the disease.
Anyone? Anyone from audience? Have any questions? No, sir. I think all are clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will go to the next presentation. Thank you, sir.
I request all the students and participants to maintain silence in the auditorium. Thank you, sir. That was such an interesting and informative session. Let us take a moment for felicitation. Felicitation, a token of appreciation for all your hard work and effort to achieve a huge task. So let us felicitate our achievers. I invite Mrs. Gopika Manjunath Ma'am to felicitate our speaker of the session, Dr. Raghavendra KV, sir. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Dr. Arul Nalves to felicitate our chairperson for the session, Dr. Bhavik Bore. Thank you, sir. The session has not been completed yet. Please be seated. I heartily welcome you to the second session of Day 1 entitled Biotechnological Approaches for Conservation of Plant Genetic Resources, Invitro and Cryopreservation Techniques. A seedling flies for water that helps to into a, into a beautiful plant. Let me introduce our source of help who will be guiding us to be a full-fledged scientist, Dr. Gowthami. Ma'am graduate from University of Agriculture of Science, Bangalore. Postgraduate from please be seated, students.
Gold medal in UG, PG, and doctoral degree program and bagged 9 awards for her excellence. Currently working as scientist at ICAR, National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, New Delhi. Ma'am's been working in vitro conservation and cryopreservation in several medicinal and herbal species. More than 90 research publications to her around, including research papers, books, book chapters. Ma'am, a recipient of several awards and recognitions like Young Scientist Award in 2017, Best Researcher Award 2017, Best Young Researcher Award 2018. Now the time has come to transition from seedling to a plant. Let me welcome Dr. Gowthami R. Ma'am for the topic Biotechnological Approaches for Conservation of Plant Genetic Resources in vitro and cryopreservation techniques. Yeah, as I also. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries and participants of the conference. I'm going to discuss about biotechnological approaches for conservation of plant genetic resources in vitro and cryopreservation techniques. Before going into actual topic, I would like to put some about ICAR National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, New Delhi. NBPGR was established in 1976 to act as a government institute at the national level for acquisition and management of plant genetic resources. NBPGR was a network of 10 different stations covering different aquatic zones and the 59 national active geographic sites. And the major components of the national gene bank include seed gene bank, Invitro gene bank, plant gene bank, and field gene bank. Next slide. Plant genetic resources are the foundation of agriculture and are vital for agricultural sustainability and productivity. Due to anthropogenic genome factors, climate change and other factors, many plant species are lost and many are threatened. Next slide. But plant genetic resources are being conserved using two different approaches, in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. In situ conservation is a technique where plant species are conserved in their natural habitat with minimum human interference, like natural plants, bacteria, microbes, and microbes. While ex situ conservation approach includes arboretum, botanical garden, seed gene bank, Invitro gene bank, and cryo gene bank. Majority of the Asian plants produce nearly 92% species produce vegetation flowering trees, those are agar trees, and our seed gene bank is the second largest seed gene bank in the world, holding more than 4 lakh associates belonging to more over 1,562 species. And as I already said, there are different categories of the seeds. Namely, is grouped into orthodox and non-orthodox. Orthodox seeds can be easily considered in seed gene bank due to duplicate, whereas non-orthodox seeds need alternate conservation strategies for the conservation. Next slide. This table depicts the difference between orthodox and non-orthodox seeds. As you can see, that orthodox seeds can be easily conserved for the long term, whereas non-orthodox seeds, due to its different information can be conserved at the low temperature. Then we need alternate conservation strategies that will be implemented. Next one. These are the reports of national Shejul of India. Next one. This is the actual topic now I will be discussing in the coming slide. Next slide. Conservation biotechnology is an interdisciplinary field that applies biotechnological tools and techniques for the conservation of plant genetic resources. It integrates different principles like molecular biology, plant tissue culture, technology, and conservation biology. And from the past many years, biotechnology has been playing a pivotal role in the conservation of the plant genetic resources and open a new horizon for the regional management, for collection, quarantine, exchange, and characterization and the evaluation, utilization, and further exchange. Next one. Collection of Jambaran is the first and foremost step in excellent conservation of plant genetic resources. But in few stages it poses challenges, especially for the flowering propagated crops and reproducing species. And our explorations scientists, whenever they go for the exploration, especially during because of seasonal sensitivity and other challenges, we need alternative strategies for the collection, that is Invitro collection, where we collect the samples of seeds and roots of vegetative tissues and temporarily inoculated on a media in the field, and we bring those test tubes to the lab and we edit those of the multiplication protocols and micropropagation tools. Next slide. This is the flowchart. It indicates how germplasm is being handled in the Invitro Genbank and BioGenbank. As already I discussed, seed conservation in seed genbank is not suitable for all the species. So there are species of mentioned above, species which produce recapitulated intermediate seeds and vegetatively propagated crops, soil propagated, and species which takes many years to produce seeds are exceptional like certain species. We need alternative strategies for the conservation, and generally these species are being conserved in the seed genbank, which have many uncertainties when it requires larger area, difficult to maintain, and protect from difficult to protect from the natural disasters and labor intensive. And the currently available approaches for conservation are together these difficult to conserve species in vitro conservation and cryopreservation. Next one. In vitro conservation is the maintenance of germplasm in artificial environment, but in the in vitro genbank. It has two approaches, that is in vitro active genbank and in vitro based genbank. In vitro active genbank is the one where tissue culture samples are being controlled. Whereas in vitro based genbank is the one where in using in vitro reproduce we are going to apply cryopreservation techniques for the long-term conservation. Whereas active germplasm where we can achieve only short-term medium-term conservation because in the tissue culture tools also plants will need to go for culturing every failure now to maintain the cultures. Next one. So whenever before going for the in vitro conservation, we need to have a micropropagation protocol. Whenever our scientists are they collect the material from across the country, they bring especially for these difficult to conserve. First, we establish a micropropagation protocol using different extracts. There are different types of organogenesis like direct and indirect. Because as we have to maintain the genetic stability of the material, we have to go for organogenesis through direct organogenesis only. Because our aim is to maintain the prototype of the material. Next one. This is the representative table indicating the multiplication protocol developed in few representative graphs. Next slide. In vitro conservation refers to the conservation of germplasm under defined nutrient conditions like artificial environment in the form of in vitro culture. And these in vitro conservation approaches from growth into normal growth and slow growth. Normal growth is the one where we maintain cultures under standard cultural conditions, that is 25 -2 degrees Celsius, and this is used for sharper conservation. Whereas we develop slower conservation for the different parts, such that we can extend the subculture duration. Next slide. As I already said that the normal growth is maintaining cultures under the normal individual gene condition, and we have been conserving the past 4 decades, but more than 50 children, 149 species are being conserved in the manner more than 30,000 cultures in the individual gene bank of India. Next. Yes. So now I will be discussing different growth strategies. As I already said in the normal growth, we need to grow for subculture in 1 month, 2 months, or 4 weeks, or 8 weeks, 12 weeks. It depends on other species, and it is labor intensive. So we need to standardize slow growth conservation strategies using different strategies. For example, most commonly used strategy is conservation is under low temperature. At the temperature below the optimal temperature required to grow, the metabolic activities are affected and the growth of the plants are restricted. It can also lead to the chronic membrane thickening due to the accumulation of unsaturated lipids, thereby requiring the cell division and elongation. And more than 30 species are being conserved at low temperature, especially from 4 to 18 degrees Celsius in ICAR NBPGR. And this low temperature storage can extend subculture duration to 7 months to 36 months. Next slide. Another strategy is conservation under low light. Even a reduction in the light intensity and its complete elimination is often combined with reduced temperature. And in combination with low temperatures, cultures can be conserved up to 36 months after consumption from being stable. Next slide. As you can see on this slide, the growth of Invitro cultures is also influenced by the type of culture methods used, type of the material used for the conservation. Glass vessels are better in comparison to polypropylene vessels based on our study, and glass has better light confidence. However, the ground states are better than the rectangular base vessels in terms of uniformity of confidence and distribution. Next slide. And the growth of the individual culture is also influenced by the type of the enclosure. For example, earlier we used to use cotton plugs for the weather, but however, replacing the cotton plugs with polypropylene caps has enhanced the conservation period from 9 months in Caspania, Valanga to 18 months in Korea sports study. Next year. And another study where composition of the gaseous environment such as carbon dioxide and ethylene enter the culture region influences the growth rate of the tissue. And growth of the tissue depends when oxygen decreases and the variability of the culture increases when stored and with 2 to 4.5 mineral a substitute of the oxygen at 22 degrees Celsius. It is one of the recent publication where the Beethoven Nominally Miller normally has increased the subculture duration from 6 months to 24 months. Next slide. And another strategy is inclusion of aquatic adjustment like marigold, sorbitol, and sucrose have significantly improved the subculture duration and few of the successfully established the protocol for pneumonia. Next slide. And another strategy is inclusion of Invitro storage albums like microfilms, bulbets, microhydrons, and microtubers are also being used and it can extend the subculture duration up to 1 to 3 years. It also facilitates easy field transfer, exchange, and conservation. We use microhydrons to control the Valanga and for the store for 1.5 years without any subculture. Next one. And lowering the mineral content and sucrose in the medium have proven to be successful and children related to restrict the growth of the culture. And we can also work on encapsulation, precipitation, and storage of synthetic seeds without any nutrient medium in normal subculture duration from the external. Next strategy. And as I said that there are many strategies are there. However, we don't have a single strategy that can be applicable for the all crop. So our aim is to standardize the protocol for any specific species as it can be used for the conservation of the man-made farm. For example, it should have high availability and regeneration after conservation, and the protocol should be cost effective, and it should be generic protocol, at least it should be wide applicable in terms of the genotype. Next slide. So previously we have discussed many techniques of Invitro techniques that are only for short to medium term conservation. Then it comes to few months and few years. But as a gene bank, we need a long term storage protocol, and only such protocols can be available in the cryopreservation technique. Because so far the only technique that is applicable for the long-term conservation is cryopreservation. And cryopreservation is storage of germ plasm and then subsequent growth in the liquid nitrogen, either the liquid phase or in the vapor phase. And cryopreservation has been applicable for many species and also for the different exams also it is applicable. And this is the globally available technique for the long-term conservation. Next slide. Cryopreservation principle includes that because the alcohol low temperature allow the metabolic activity for arrestate, and due to the we have to standardizate these protocol using different parameters. If not, there will be a chances of inter crystallization formation, which leads to the cell neutrality. So, but we have to work on the desiccation, or we have to work on the vitrification principle such that metabolic activity can be restored and regeneration can be achieved. Next slide. And as I said earlier, that we have to pre-prepare our exams before exposing to the alcohol low temperature. But can be done using the cryoprotectors. Cryoprotectors are the chemicals used to protect cells and tissues from the damage during freezing and thawing. They work by using isolation conversion and stabilization cell membranes. Next slide. There are two types of cryoprotectants, penetrating and non-penetrating cryoprotectants. Penetrating cryoprotectants involve plant cells and reduce the expansion and survival intracellular structure. Whereas non-penetrating cryoprotectants remain outside the cells, protecting them by dilating the cells and forming a protective layer. Next slide. As I already said that cryopreservation is being applied in all the strategies and have the disciplines like animals, even in human medicine. And similarly, in plants also cryopreservation can be applied using different extracts like seeds, graphica, Invitro propagated shooting, medicines, non-segmental, frustration, colon, and DNA. Next slide. This is the biologic representation. Statement procedure for the growth, conventional and vitrification based technique like freezing, desiccation, small cooling, pre-growth and pre-growth desiccation. Next slide. Vitrification, rapid vitrification, encapsulation vitrification, and encapsulation dehydration. Next one. And I am not going into the details of the different steps of each preservation. I just show pictorial representation of different steps and different techniques. And this is the basic steps of vitrification. Here you can see from the in vitro process we isolate shooting, and we isolate after isolation we evaluate shooting something of media, which includes high fructose media and AMS also. and later we treat the shootings with plant purification solution that is improved protected. Later we continue to liquid nitrogen. And another important step is because for natural low temperature, if we keep it in a normal temperature, there will be damage to the tissue. Thus, we have to undergo it with oxygen. After that, we remove the tissues from the media and we go to electroconservation. Next one. This is the generic protocol for the battery purification technique. Here we use arugula cryo we inoculate showcase for plant purification conditions. Next one. This is there are two techniques of encapsulation base. One is encapsulation dehydration and encapsulation vitrification. And the main difference is encapsulation dehydration. Here we after encapsulation, after decarnation, the vegetation is observed by air drying silica gel drying. Next slide. In this decollate the two new techniques where instead of in the rapid purification you have used aluminum foil. In the cryopreservation, the permanently made cryopreservation are being used for the cryopreservation. Next slide. As you can see from this table, these are the products where cryopreservation protocols are standardized by our UP and we successfully progress. And Invitro programs conservation and cryopreservation strategies involve series of steps